But no, if I go a week without driving, it takes me a hot minute to get back into the groove. Not that bad of a driver either, just how it is, I guess. We are live. Welcome to the stream, all. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's taken me a while to get back out. It's been a hell of a couple weeks, guys. Nothing cheap either. Got some car troubles. The axle was given out on the car. The passenger axle wasn't broken or anything like snapped. It's just I don't even know. Got the axle replaced. We're back in business there. Then the camera decides to crap out on me. Luckily, with the camera, it wasn't the actual camera itself, it was just the cable. So that's incredibly good news because it's a $10 cable. But still ruined my entire day when I was going to come out and I can't get the actual picture working. Ontario, Canada. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. We are in Los Angeles, California, San Fernando Valley, North Hollywood specifically. We're off to Valley Glen, which is right outside North Hollywood, on a small car crash. It shouldn't be anything crazy. We're just going to drive by it, just to make sure we're not missing out on anything. Because you never know what happens. Sometimes we're the first ones there and it turns into something bigger. But usually, dispatch is pretty good about the size ups they give, or the initial, not size ups, but the initial assignment, I should say. So if it's a single fire engine just showing up, you know it's not going to be anything too crazy. Some cool things here, guys, is we're using our new radio system. We got CHP, LAFD, and LAPD up on radio. Absolutely crazy because we've never listened to CHP before, just because we didn't have the signal to listen to them. So now we got like a 30-inch whip antenna on the car and can pick up CHP somewhat clearly. They're on a very, very low frequency. Like if you remember AM radio back in the day and the static that comes with it, that's exactly what it's like for CHP with how low of a frequency they're on. Yeah, we're able to pick up CHP now well enough. And the cool thing is the antenna I'm using for CHP can pick up LAPD just as clearly too. So as needed, I've got an LAPD backup radio. So yeah, we are about 3 minutes out. That's the main reason we're heading out to a tiny car crash, because we're 3 minutes out. What I will say though is now that I got the car out of the shop, it feels so much better to drive it because yeah, that axle was going out. If you turn the wheel, you just heard a clicking. Click, 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 click. Not a good noise to hear while driving. And now no clicking. The most painful part of the experience was just driving from North Hollywood to Northridge to pick up the car and get it back. I ended up having to take an Uber to pick up the car, and that was a near-death experience riding a passenger in an Uber's car. I don't know what he was doing. It was an automatic car, but he kept shifting it into low gear. Like, you know, it's Prindle. He park, reverse, neutral, drive, low. And he kept shifting it to low gear at red lights to catch up real fast. And it was like the jerkiest motion ever. And I was just ready to throw up all over the back of his car. Yeah, that messed me up for a while. But made it there without throwing up, got my car back, spent 40 minutes back in traffic, and now we are finally in business, and I'm very happy to be back. So yeah, I've had my car out of the shop for just a few hours, and first thing I did was hop back online for you guys. I know you've been waiting on me, and of course I wanted to get out here because I haven't been out here in a while. Solomon, welcome back. AZ, Mick, nice to see both of you guys again. Always appreciate you guys tuning in. Nice to see familiar names. Yeah, they said, I thought it was a CV joint. And I thought that they, when I brought in, I told them, you know, it sounds like the CV joint's going out. And I thought they'd just be able to replace, like, I think it's an assembly where you don't have to replace the entire thing. But they told me no. Ooh, the ambulance beat us there, which is pretty crazy because we're closer than the fire station. The fire station they're coming from, we're closer. I apologize if we cut out there momentarily. I just need to get out of this area. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes it gets a little bit rough. Just gotta get out of this area and then we'll get signal again. Looks like a minor car crash here. Still trying to figure out exactly what's going on as we drive by. Oh! Ow! I don't think I can get over there, guys. I'm sorry. I don't think I'll be able to figure out how to turn it around. It wasn't that bad of a car crash. He just hit a pole. So yeah, we'll head off to the next one. Like I said, I gotta get my setup fixed. I know, and I greatly apologize. But right now, I can't take you out of the car with me because I've got you hard mounted into a GoPro mount wired into my computer. And I've got a solution in place. It's just, I've ran out of time. I've been very busy the past 2 weeks with a whole lot of everything. So I'm finally starting to catch up on life here. And once I get caught up on life, I'm going to get the system fixed up and make sure your experience is a bit better. But yeah, I cut out there. I thought it was just the CV joint, and I thought they'd be able to replace just the CV joint. But there's some logical reason on why that wasn't doable. The radio system, we got our new radio system set up. It is like 90% done, I'd say. The radios are beautifully mounted into the car. I just want to replace some of the bolts. Some of the bolts are a little bit too long, so aesthetically it doesn't look as nice as it could be. And then I'm going to install some external speakers as well inside the car, but external from the radio. Just because I have 2 radios in the center console and they get a bit muffled in there. The downside, once again, is I gotta take out my passenger seat. That's just a pain in the ass, of course. LAFD's been having a ton of issues recently, too, with keeping their CAD up and running. That guy is so close to me. Jesus Christ. The guy to the left of me that just pulled up right here, he was a centimeter away from my mirror. And I just looked down at the line, too, to make sure that I'm not the asshole. And no, I'm inside my lines. He, however, is not. He is riding that white line. No damage, no fault. Guy's just cruising in the middle lane. So yeah, our crappy old LAFD radio, that thing, I haven't done it yet. I still have it in the trunk. In all honesty, I'll probably hold on to it. Just because it's helpful to have a crappy radio if you're working in out of town and don't have the frequencies programmed in. because the crappy one I can just plug a frequency into pretty easily.
26MX 102.
And if it gets lost in a field or smashed to smithereens, it's not the end of the world. But then I got myself, so I've got the SDS 100 as my handheld right now. And then we've got the XTS 3000 as the LAPD handheld. And then we've got the BCD 536 HP as the 3 vehicle mounted radios.
To the rear of the apartment building, there's an ACU under construction. Pierre is observing the suspected side of the building under construction. 2 male unknown holding flashlight. It's code 2-743-699-42.
Big.
17835. Repeat your message.
I like them. They're pretty loud. Like I said, the ones in the glove box or the center console aren't loud, but obviously they'll be a bit muffled. And obviously we are going to fix that.
881, 681, do you need the unit to respond code 3?
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't already, come join us in the chat. Say hello. Make sure to like the stream too. Let's get some more people in here. I got some debt to pay off, guys. It's been an expensive couple of weeks, and the more people we get in here, the more views, the more it helps. Might only be a couple pennies per person, or a penny, less than a half penny per person.
Unit responding to the additional request respond code 2.
But it adds up. I am grateful for all and anything.
Okay, if I was code 64222 Violent Avenue.
So right now we're just cruising around the valley.
By the parking lot gate. It's code 2 incident 4842 and RD 1681.
Kind of waiting for something to happen. And also kind of just getting a feel of the night, you know? Now that is wild. I'll reiterate for you guys that I'm using a wide angle lens, so things look a lot further away than they actually are. But for that guy in front of me, there's probably 20 feet from my bumper to his bumper. In his defense, though, on what doesn't make him an asshole, is he at least got up to speed. Yeah, it was close, but I didn't have to brake.
Got a backup.
The worst thing about the valley, too, at least as it relates to T-Mobile, is the dead zones out here. Most people might not notice them if they're just, you know, on a phone call or something, but when you're streaming, they are very noticeable. Downtown LA is a little better. But I do apologize for the split-second outages you're seeing. Like I said, if it does disappear or starts lagging, I just ask for your patience. It'll always come back. You might just have to give it a few seconds or give it a refresh. YouTube can be weird sometimes. T-Mobile can be weird sometimes. Technology as a whole is complicated.
Repeat across the drum field.
We are at Van Owen and Hazeltine right now in Van Nuys, according to the sign in front of us. So we're just cruising around Van Nuys right now. My windshield's a little bit dirty, which I apologize for, but didn't have the chance to get that cleaned up yet. We got Corner Girl in the chat. Welcome. Kick Rocks, welcome back again. Thank you for being a member. Hopefully that was one of the gifted memberships as well. We had Sandy and a couple others going ham on the gifted membership button, which I'm incredibly grateful for. If you ever wonder what the static noise is, it's always going to be CHP. But now I can say our old radios. This guy's going so slow. Hurry up. Use a turn signal, yeah. Learn how to drive. And pick a lane. Ah, damn. But thank you, Kick Rocks. Yeah, supposed to be back a while ago, but life got crazy. Lots of stuff needed fixing. And glad to be back behind the wheel. I was talking earlier in the stream. That guy is an asshole. I was talking earlier in the stream that I haven't been behind the wheel in like a week. And it feels so weird just to take a break from driving for a week and then hop back in.
I'm like the driver, the CC chopper to Tampa. You're like really hot lights and
What is with people tonight?
It's a phone number K9510. 9K9510. It says 04858.
People aren't acting like the prettiest drivers out here, that's for sure. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, hit the like button. Let's get some more people in here. Gotta get some more people in here, guys. Let's get that like count up. Like I said, YouTube puts a lot of emphasis in behind what you guys think. YouTube says if everyone watching the stream right now likes it, everyone else on YouTube right now is gonna like it. And I'm not exaggerating with that too. I've seen it before, where we jump from 20 likes to 50 likes in a couple minutes, and then the viewer count goes from like 40 to 100 that fast. So yeah, that algorithm works fast, guys. So I greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button. Get some more people in here. Get the party going. Hop on in the chat. Hopefully we'll get out some gifted memberships today too. So if you haven't already, make sure to turn on gifted memberships in your settings, just so that you are eligible. I'm starting to get a real distaste for pickup trucks. The guy behind me has the brightest light bar on his car, on his lifted pickup truck, which of course aims right at my mirror. I've never been one of those people that, hates on pickup truck drivers just because they choose to drive a pickup. But some of them, I tell you. Come on, let's go.
27, Roger. On 8 Victor Nora Robert, 8 for 8, Victor Nora Robert, 8 for 8, people go in run and it gets off at 9.
So we got LAPD radio on, CHP radio on, and LAFD radio on. I'm tuning out CHP for the most part.
Internet coming up at frequency 5760 Hazelton Avenue 48445 suspect there now.
I've got them a bit lower on the radio. Just because it's hard to hear through the static to start with. But also just listening on in for any keywords,
You're 16 with the delay from Devonshire.
My real purpose in grabbing CHP and having a dedicated radio for them is for additional context on LAFD incidents. I've heard it before where I'm like debating to go whether to go to a freeway crash or something. Because freeways aren't fun to mess around on. If you go and look at my videos in the past, you can see the struggles we've had.
Open 911 line location. Phase 2 location, unknown person yelling, possibly in distress. Code 2 incident.
But many times on CHP radio, they'll say something along the lines of, unit on scene. I forgot how they label their units up there. But that they're on scene, CPR in progress. Like, oh shit, a fatal car crash on the freeway. That's a lot more of a story than a fender bender. And then, of course, the one thing CHP is famous for, freeway pursuits. But just the general, generic calls, there's usually nothing too important on there. And as I say that, I know I'm going to bite my tongue when something happens I miss. But that's why we got them up online on the CAD as well. They do share more on the radio than they do the CAD. Not everything shows up on the CAD. Same for LAFD. Not everything on LAFD shows up on their CAD either. The public version, I should say. Anything medical doesn't show up.
A97 here en route to meet, female white shirt.
Some rescues don't show up. For some reason, confined space rescues don't show up on there. It's strange what does show up and what doesn't. Yeah, and of course, I blame the bureaucrats on that one.
5939, cancel incident.
There's no such thing as privacy. If you're going to say it over the radio, you might as well put it on the pad. That is a bit ballsy. More ballsy than I appreciate. It's so dark out tonight. Are the streetlights out?
Roger.
I think half the streetlights are out for some reason. Maybe not. A lot of the streetlights are out, but it's not half. Interesting. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just a dark road. I don't know. It just feels really dark tonight. But all the streetlights are on. Don't know on that one, guys. Don't know.
That's right. From the 10 westbound, from the central off-ramp, Naomi and 16th Street.
Alright, what do we got going on? The CAD goes bleep. Rubbish fire. Rubbish fire downtown. Nothing crazy.
8510, double 8510.
639 request additional unit. 22537 North Center Ridge Circle.
If you guys are following along with us right now, we are at Woodman Avenue and Nordoff Street. Woodman and Nordoff. Nordoff. I'm looking on the map to see if I can quickly get you the neighborhood we're in. That would be the neighborhood of Panorama City. We are in Panorama City currently.
To the rear of the apartment building is an ADU unit under construction. The peer observed on via camera. 2 males unknown holding flashlights. Suspects were seen walking around the inside of the building under construction.
Got a rubbish fire downtown.
Being stored there.
Nothing crazy there.
Is now a male with mental illness. 92 better location is 92 14 Yolanda Avenue.
Ah. I heard a shooting come out in North Hollywood. Got a little excited because it sounded like there was a victim. But then they're like, happened 20 to 30 minutes ago.
Subject is Middle Easterner, 40 years, gray sweatshirt, black.
So not an active incident. Sounds more like an investigation than anything.
4880 Yeah, right. For code 6 at this location. Magnolia. 900 Magnolia.
Uh-huh. Code 6 with no details.
Phone number. Stand by for gate code. Identify only.
I got the handheld on too if you start hearing an echo. LAPD does simulcast radio, which means there's multiple towers broadcasting the same frequency, which works wonderfully for coverage. But every once in a while, there's like a 1 second delay, and one radio picks up one tower, and one radio picks up a different tower. And it messes with your brain so much to have that 1 second delay when you're listening to the radio. With one radio like 1 second ahead, one radio 1 second behind it, man. I don't know. Might just be my simpleton brain. Stay there, sir. Stay there, sir.
4715 4750.
I think I have noise cancellation on too here, guys. So if you're not able to hear the radios, let me know. The noise cancellation might be doing too good of a job. Who's this guy? What do we got right here? Unmarked car. Little Caesars. Lots of tackle stands. What's this guy? We're supposed to be getting some action tomorrow. Supposed to be some protests. And LA is one of those cities where in LA it does not take long for a protest to turn into a riot. But yeah, if you guys are just tuning in right now, do me a solid and hit that like button. If we can get that like count up to the 50 mark, we'll be able to get quite a few more people in here joining us for the night. More people we get, more fun it is, of course. See, sometimes CHP volume is so low.
17X66, Chris, stepping out to me.
And the issue is, see, that was CHP right there. That was dispatch. You can pick up dispatch clearly most of the time. Canoga and Hart? That's in the Canoga Park area. Unfortunately, we are too far from Canoga Park for a garbage fire. Should we let this guy in? Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Get in. See, that's why you don't wait for people.
Right in between Kessler and Lemona.
Welcome, guys. If you haven't already, come join us in the chat. Say hello. Come say hello, guys. Join us in the chat. Let me know how your day's going. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And let me know what you're hoping to see tonight. What's your dream call that we... Well, I hope that radio's not dying. That's the handheld. It's getting a little bit garbled. Yeah, what's the dream call you guys want to see tonight? Ooh, should have charged that one a bit longer, I guess. That's okay. It's a backup radio for a reason. We got another one that has a backup radio if we really need it. $5.69 a gallon. Gas has actually gone down a little bit since we were last out here. Mary, welcome. How's your night treating you so far? Thank you for tuning on in. It is still early. We've only been out here for a little while. It is 10:10 p.m.
So you should log on. You should be able to log on to the new shop now. No.
What the fuck's on this radio?
16.881, 16.881.
I had the radio on scan. I was like, who is this talking to me? That doesn't sound like the Valley. I was picking up a Central LA for some reason. And you got back on North Hollywood. I usually keep on North Hollywood because I live in North Hollywood Division, so it's always good to know what's going on in your home, but also just because we usually cruise in the North Hollywood area.
16, the PR sister advised that.
Do you think this guy knows he has his?
He spoke to the subject at 1600 hours
today. That's the bad noise, guys.
Correction: the subject moved from the location on Monday, possibly
that radio dead.
A hotel in Hollywood. Is known to have mental episode diagnosed with bipolar. The subject's sister does not have the PR's phone number. We'll call the subject's mother that lives at that location on.
See if this one's got any life to it.
Got a specific account location in Hollywood.
0.
That's why we decided to finally install radios in the vehicle, because it got sickening to have to keep charging them and replace batteries and all that nonsense.
15867, voice the Columnist. Already.
But you can't have too many radios, is what I discovered, especially when we're scanning 16 channels.
30 minutes to provide vehicle description belonging to employees. Radio at the location.
Because the issue is,
Quick crash victim. Male Hispanic, tattoos on face.
sorry, it's not a-
165, 148, 160 pounds, black hair, black and white jacket, gray pants, black shoes. Suspect pacing back and forth on the routes.
the issue is that if someone's talking on one channel, you're going to completely miss it if you're already tuned into another channel.
Magnolia, temperature, small surgery,
Look at this, $5.49 a gallon. That is the cheapest I've seen in a long time. $5.49 per gallon. We got Patriot, Roy, Mary, and Jason. Thank you to all three of you for joining us. Thank you, thank you. If you haven't already, you guys have. If other people haven't already, come join us in the chat. Come say hi, introduce yourself. And yeah, I'll make sure to give you guys a shout out because I love seeing you here. No, I agree, Mary. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. I'm going to try to make it out here.
2185,
I know that's a cop-out answer, but I'm going to try to make it out.
11, clear from Kensington and en route to the Woodley Coast.
It depends. I might have plans already.
Roger.
And unfortunately, I won't know until like 5 p.m. tomorrow either. But I will try my darnest to be out here tomorrow.
Okay, so 7, if we haven't already done so, it's just clearing the bunch.
We'll see how crazy it'll be, though. I know for a fact that there's going to be a dozen streamers and stringers out here tomorrow.
Roger.
So it'll definitely be a saturated market. But I'll see. I'll see what's going on. We'll see if we stick to DTLA or stay in the valley.
Metro from truck 9 will recancel.
I think we might have some decent luck in the valley.
No, you were attached as manpower.
I think everyone's going to be everyone's going to be in downtown. So if everyone's downtown, that means, of course, we don't want to. We want to be out in the valley. We'll see, though. I'll be listening on in. I know during the day it's always quiet, so it's a bad tell. But I'll be listening in during the day to see what's going on. I can sneak out of work if anything really crazy pops up during the day.
Six 4631.
For those following along, we are coming up on... Sorry, the radio likes to talk over me, and it's hard to talk over the radio. We're at Foothill, and... Oh, this road is horrible. Sorry. We are at Foothill and Van Nuys right now for anyone following along. And I believe I'm looking it up because I don't know for a fact. Foothill and Van Nuys is located in Pacoima. Pacoima is too north for our comfort. We stick around in Pacoima, we gotta gun it here. If we stick around in Pacoima, we'll miss too much. We gotta work our way back down south and stay more centered in the valley. I always say that whenever we stick around Central LA, or not Central LA, Central Valley, that we're like 20 minutes away from everything. You know, the idea is you want to be as close to action as possible, but instead of being there, you're just always 20 minutes away. Me personally, I don't make my way up to Oxnard now. Excuse me. I get Central LA, downtown, and the valley, but don't venture too much outside of there. I lived in San Bernardino City for a short while, but never bothered streaming out there because it was just dreadfully quiet every night. There's honestly just no point of being out. But I've had some good stories out there in San Bernardino. Made some money out there.
2157, 2157, are you clear?
And luckily the competition and everything moved a bit slower out there. So the nice thing was that I was able to respond from home many times to an incident. Where if a crazy call came out, if a crazy call came out in San Bernardino and I was at home, I could usually make it to the call and still beat first responders there, leaving from my house. Out here, it's a little bit more fast-paced than that. You know, I had some really cool calls out there. They obviously don't sell as well because no one gives two craps about San Bernardino City. But yeah, lots of poor drivers out there, of course. So quite a few vehicle rescues. One guy wedged himself under a semi-truck driving a Dodge Charger at too fast. Can't give you a confident answer on how fast he was going, but he was going too fast to brake, that's for sure. That is for sure.
Requesting a supervisor for 3 questions, 22537, suburban circle.
11, press route.
2160, I'll be around.
But yeah, it's like one of the Fast and Furious scenes
They want you to traffic stop.
where that vehicle was
We're gonna be
absolutely
on
wedged under the semi-truck.
Orion
That, based on the heights,
and
they
start
should have been
deploying on
instantly
249.
decapitated, and they walked away very, very minimally injured.
26 Victor 21. Turn stop Orion, Town Employee, Nevada plate 249-85.
Another bad crash out there where one guy, allegedly, this is the alleged part, but one guy got his car stolen. He hopped in his wife's car. He started chasing the stolen car. The guy driving the stolen car ran the red light, got smashed into, and his legs were instantly severed in the crash. And they transported him and his leg in 2 different pieces. Allegedly is the first part. It is a fact that his legs were severed. That part, unfortunately, I can personally confirm. That was a wild one. The real issue with that one is I was out and about too, waiting for something to happen. And it happened a block away from my house. Yet for some reason I was on the south side of San Bernardino City. So I had to haul ass to get back. Which only took like 10 minutes, but this is a big leg. Especially considering the fact, too, that it didn't come out as a serious call. It was like 8 cars involved. It came out as a minor car crash. So the first ambulance got on scene, or the first paramedic rescue got on scene, and had a radio back in for reinforcements. So we were probably 15 minutes behind. So we got what we needed. Got the job done. I came across a auto pedestrian call once out there. Someone pulled over, luckily for her, but the guy that hit her ran off. They transported her, but she was definitely in rough condition. I felt bad. Not a story. You know, an auto pedestrian call can be newsworthy. It's something worth filming. But unfortunately, at that point, I was too involved to feel comfortable filming it. Because, you know, I was there way before the ambulances and whatnot. I got out to check on her and help as best as I can. And unfortunately, in that case, there's really not much you can do aside from just sit by them and wait there with them until paramedics show up.
When you're around for 1706.
But you better believe I did that. I'm going to die on the side of the streets. I'd rather at least not die alone. Yeah, shitty people, that's for sure. Because the person that hit her just took off.
G4.
34, go ahead.
Metro Rescue 10 on scene.
I say 4 you should be close to Savannah Station.
Rough world we live in.
I'm gonna get the last one.
Next 34, Kirkwood, station on a station.
This is pretty. I'm not sure what you guys can see here. We have a nice overlook of city lights right here. It's probably just darkness for you guys.
Need additional information. PR station.
34, incident 4948.
The overpass.
9823, 9823.
Yeah, we're kind of just cruising right now. We got LAPD up, CHP up on radio, LAFD up on radio. We got LAFD up on CAD. We should get the CAD up online too. Let me pull up CHP's website here. There we go. Nothing crazy going on the CAD. Every once in a while you find something absolutely wild on there though.
15, Roger.
Well, this was during the day, so I wasn't able to make it because of work, the day job. But one of them was a CHP officer requesting animal control for a dog stuck in a sewer drain or behind a sewer grate. And if you're telling me that an animal rescue isn't going to be a hit story, I don't know what is. So yeah, unfortunately missed that one. Poor dog. But yeah, I feel like that would have been the part.
Metro Rescue 814, see attach an ALS rescue for ALS.
Everyone loves a good, happy story. So that's what's always puzzled me, Mary. I've thought about this for so long. Because I see hit and run pedestrian calls all the time out here. I don't know why it's having me take this way. We're going to follow GPS. I'll take its word. But yeah, I see them all the time out here. It is, if you hit someone with your car and cause bodily injury and run off, you have committed a felony. If you hit someone with your car and don't have insurance, I'm pretty sure it's still not a felony. Now, if you have warrants out for your arrest or something like that, that makes sense and why you'd run. But I guarantee you, you are going to jail instantly from running away from a hit and run auto pedestrian.
For possible suspects, hold your position until we get code 4.
If you stay on scene and explain your side of the story, you got expired insurance. Even if you got an expired driver's license or no driver's license. Yeah, you're still going to be in trouble if you ain't got insurance. But you're not going to be doing 10 to 15 years in prison. So I don't know, I've always assumed that it's either a DUI driver or warrants for their arrest. Or, I guess this includes both of those, but it's just stupid. Ooh, we lagging. We lagging, guys. Looks like the lag's starting to clear up. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, there's lots of dead zones out here, which makes it rough. Rough for me and rough for you. If you heard that structure fire come out, that's in South LA, unfortunately. We're as, right now, we're as far north as you can get in the valley. And that structure fire is in South LA, so, you know, you do the math. It's actually in San Pedro too, so we're literally at the absolute north point of LAFD's responding jurisdiction, and that fire's literally at the absolute furthest south point of LAFD's jurisdiction. So no structure fire for us, unfortunately. At least while we're messing around up here in the middle of nowhere, that we're not missing out on any calls. We've been monitoring everything. And in the valley, nada. Are they still on radio watch? I don't think so. They've been having a ton of issues with their CAD system today, where calls aren't showing up online, they're not showing up on their computers inside the apparatus, so they're having to do everything old-fashioned over the radio. Write down addresses, pull out their phones and use Google Maps. Radio their statuses. And when I was listening, dispatch starts getting annoyed with them too. They had like 5 different incidents, and each of those 5 incidents, the responding firefighters called back in and kept asking for the address to be repeated. We got some really weird street names out here too, so sometimes you have to repeat the address a few times and spell it out. I don't see any rain out here yet. Seems pretty dry. What I'm going to do for you is, since we've been driving in the darkness, see if I can crank up the ISO on this camera. Crank it to the max. You want grain or you want visibility? Oh yeah, that had a lens needs to be cleaned up. Unfortunately, I just threw away my microfiber cloth to clean it. But I'll make sure to get that taken care of by tomorrow. I got excited there. We still have a red light. Nothing showing on the structure fire. Not that we would have been able to go to it. But always good to know that we're not actually missing out on anything. 7-Eleven?
All units continue through non-emergency.
7-Eleven's on fire? Maggie Figueroa, welcome. Thank you for joining us. There's a rough fire at 7-Eleven once. It was a pretty crazy situation. Where, a crackhead basically lit the store on fire and trapped someone inside of it. Part where it gets crazy though is that the guy called 911 originally for the crackhead not leaving his store. So LAPD was already responding to it. And then he calls 911 back, and I was like, this lady's lighting my store on fire. And I'm like, oh, okay, she has like a match or something? Not understanding the gravity of the situation. And then they arrived to like a fully engulfed store with the guy, he barricaded himself in the, what's this cracker doing? He's going 20 and a 45. Yeah, he basically barricaded himself in the stock room because the lady had a knife or something, so, you know, that makes sense. Put yourself behind closed doors so you don't get stabbed. And then the lady started burning down the store. Not a good place to barricade yourself in a burning building. But luckily, he was not injured. The lady was arrested. Store got burnt up a little bit crispy. But could have been a lot worse than it was.
So it's physical information on attack.
It was wild to hear the progression of that one.
Yeah, so we're just investigating the, they got a little bit of a around the ceiling.
So the thing about 7-Eleven,
The clerk is
there's two theories on
we're
that.
checking out. I think Scott's clerk cannot handle. She might need a lot of the risk book up there.
And I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
We just got our task force and our top attack channel.
But my first point is there's a 7-Eleven in every single corner of the city. You can throw a rock and hit a 7-Eleven. So by default, something's going to happen at 7-Eleven just because they're everywhere. And then two,
Victor 2126, Victor 21.
7-Elevens are 24/7. So, you know, being 24/7, things are a lot more likely to occur there more often since it's going to be always open.
4848.
And then three, which combines A and B, or 1 and 2. There's so many 7-Elevens attract so many crackheads in general. There's always something going on at 7-Eleven. And the people that show up at 7-Eleven are a little bit less than, I don't want to say normal. Normal is not a nice word. But it attracts a lot of crackheads.
Victor 2126, Victor 21, code 1.
So yeah, watch your back if you ever go to 7-Eleven at night. Luckily, I haven't had any issues like that in the city. I've gotten lucky. I've also paid attention and aware to my surroundings, but I can only do so much. Only experience I had in LA when I was just minding my own business, not on the job. The only experience I had in LA in terms of crackheads is that some guy decided to walk into my garage door and look into my car while I was in my car. That's not like a public garage, just like a single vehicle garage. But yeah, he walked all the way up into my driver's side door. And I hop out and start screaming at him. And he got startled and ran off. So I'm not wondering if it was just a crackhead trying to see if there's anything in the car worth stealing or what. That's not true. I also once honked at a guy that tried, and then at a red light, he tried pulling me out of my vehicle. But he was like parked in the middle of the road. I'm not justifying road rage ever. Yeah, he parked in the middle of the road on a busy downtown street with me right behind him. He just decided to park in the middle of the street. So I gave him a bit, honk, honk, and I went around him. And he was not a fan of that one. I basically straight up said, as a bluff, but that if you don't get away from my car, I will shoot you. And that was enough to get him out of my car. But the worst part of that was my doors didn't lock. There's some electrical issues in my car that had to be fixed. So the driver's side door did not actually lock. So if he decided to open the car, he would be able to open the door without an issue. Luckily, my threat was enough to get him away. I really gotta get that mobile feed up because we got a crackhead over here dancing. He's pretty good at it too. Pretty good at it, guys. I ain't hate him. He's got skills.
31921, are you clear? Hi, 21, Roger.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in right now. We are in San Fernando Valley. We are in North Hollywood right now, I believe. If you haven't already, hit that like button. I'd like to see that count a bit higher. The more likes we get in the stream, the more viewers we get, the more viewers we get, the more pennies we get, the more pennies we get, the more gas I get. And that's what it all boils down to. Gas is not cheap out here. And obviously, the more gas I get, the more miles I can drive. So do me a solid, hit that like button. Costs you nothing, but it helps out tremendously. So yeah, right now I'm just cruising around the city, waiting for something to happen. It might be the calm before the storm. Tomorrow is going to be a bit rough out here, I assume. Paul Medina, welcome, welcome. I believe I've seen you in here before, so thank you for tuning on in again. Always nice to see familiar names.
95 Ocean ambulance overdose. 12717 Mercer, code 2, it says
Oh, we got
4987.
overdose calls coming out. What happened though? The radio
Suspect 212 Eastern.
radio's quieted down.
Suspect female white, 60 years, 5'3", blonde hair, and a ponytail, black sweater, blue.
Like I said, it is 100% the calm before the storm, I'll tell you that.
49, are you clear?
There's going to be some shit that goes down tomorrow. Whether we'll be out or not, though, is
Roger.
unknown at this time, unfortunately. It is possible we will not be out.
P966, standby.
99, can I get OPG to the call that we're on? 8 Victor Nora Robert 848. We're running TC damage, please.
I also apologize for the blurry lens.
Roger on OPG 12733 Woodley.
I forgot my microfiber cloth. This Texas driver doesn't know how to drive. Utah, I'm sorry. See that? No headlights on. It is 10:30, 10:40, and no headlights. What do you think a reasonable time to turn on your headlights would be? Can I make it? Yeah, it didn't change. We're good. We got Gun World right here.
Your time 5 miles, 9-3.
Friday the 13th. It is Friday the 13th. Like I said, it's
Victory 22, Roger.
yeah, with everything going on right now, and then Friday the 13th, shit's absolutely gonna go down tomorrow.
1981, code 6, Bradley and Polk.
Cindy, 15,70, commit. We've done all the door units. We're going to watch follow-up.
Are you talking about like Central LA, Jay?
1509, Roger.
Yeah, I think we already got someone from our company down there, so I'm sticking up in the North Hollywood area, or in the Valley area. But I'm still listening in. We got LAFD up. We're listening to all of LAFD, so if anything really crazy goes down there, we'll hear it. We will hear it. Don't you worry. I might have to pull over and play with my GPS. I didn't quite catch the address. Oh yeah, radio static.
Engine 2,
Uh-huh.
Rescue 17.
Sounds good.
Ambulance overdose, 2717 Mercer Street, code 2.
Stop talking so slow.
1602.
Oh. Sounds exciting. They were canceled off a call, which I believe was...
23, Roger.
I don't know what that was. What was that? Either way, they were canceled off the call.
10418, Scoville Avenue, and 4998 in RD 666.
Friday the 13th. When's the last time we had Friday the 13th? It's been a little while, I think. calm before the storm.
Engine 51, you can cancel it.
Give me one for future authenticated verify your location. She got back there as a detective. Our location bringing the mother and are you available to re-respond? Roger.
The one showing route to 6, 2020 North Bronco Street.
Are you going to perform the Pacific Charles, Bradley, and Cole from suspect?
Wrong suspect. LAPD be arresting people that don't need to be arrested. Detaining, what is more accurate, I'd say. Got our local Starbucks right here. It's still open? I don't think so. I do not believe this one is open.
96 Bruce down. 170017.
People will be moving slow. We don't have anywhere to be in particular, but rather not be sitting. Yeah, we were monitoring downtown. We got LAFD open for the whole city, so if anything goes down, we'll hear it. Well, what do we got here, guys? I think they're just backing up their apparatus.
South 5, go far on the closer exposed permission home. Read your Fulton.
Oh, I got the ambulance coming up wrong way.
And Fulton information.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Circle on a motorcycle. License plate is going to be 979.
Where are you going, buddy? Don't bum rush the ambulance. Won't get there any faster.
Traffic stop, Sherman Circle and Sherman Way on 24 William 8979. Identify only.
Traffic
Tesla drivers, am I right? Am I right?
South 5, Richmond, 611, Fulton, and Victory, 9 Edward Charles Sound, 845.
Obviously, if you didn't catch on, we're right next to the fire station. So they're just reorganizing their fire apparatus. The ambulance got there right in the nick of time, though. They were hauling ass.
95 Orlando.
Suicide laning it against oncoming traffic, but obviously the ladder truck was blocking traffic for them. But it's funny because they got there at the perfect time, and that was not coordinated.
Metro engine 14, you can play until rescue.
PXC, West Traffic, 21700 Devonshire Street,
Starbucks is
21700
pricey.
Devonshire Street, Smoke City Smoke Shop, now passed out on YBMW.
But what I will say
5012, party 1751, Philly traffic downward.
is I'm a fan of Jack in the Box iced coffees. And those still run, you know, $5, $6. I think closer to $5, but still pricey.
Ambulance traffic, DUI involved. 21700 7000 Devonshire, 21700
Devonshire. Well, you gotta be all the way out there.
51.
know that we're at.
Any Daventry unit at 1049 suspect 10200 DeSoto Avenue, apartment 227. The clear penetrating 30 minutes no suspect to 2 Middle Eastern, 7 to 18 years. White t-shirts, number 1 green pants, number 2 black pants, and code 2 on spin 5019 RD 1752.
Coffee doesn't sound that bad right now, though. Something iced.
Show rescue 434 or 438.
5019.
Even iced water sounds pretty good. I ain't picky.
23, Roger.
Yeah, if you guys are just tuning in right now, come hop in the chat. Come say hi.
Ambulance traffic, DY, well, 21700. Literature code 30501 to an RD 1750.
Oh, it's nice to talk to you guys. Now we're just cruising around the city. We'll make our way back up to Van Nuys to centralize ourselves here shortly.
Metro for rescue 898. You're paramedic rescue transit. Metro for rescue 809. For abnormal bottle pressure.
Connect call, code 6. 1 car north of Volga, 9 John 50006.
Sure, Cats recommending engine 209 ahead of rescue pen. Get one of those codes units for that. The hometown. Special Service 14 Hospital 43.
26 Victor 22 shows passing and I'm out.
209 being engine 209 rescue pen.
I am very, very grateful for our new radios here.
Rescue pen.
Roger.
We don't have the demonic screeching noises that our radios were giving us before.
Roger.
Like I said, that thing was on its last life for the past 10 years. So, well past its life expectancy. But it just took us longer than I guess we can turn here. We're just cruising. We're not really en route to anywhere while nothing's going on. So we got all the Valley up on LAPD. And all of Valley is not saying anything. But like I said before, we got we're not listening to downtown or central LA on LAPD. But if anything really crazy goes down, we'll catch on LAFD radio. Ugh. I am already starting to get tired here. And it is solely for the fact that we have no calls.
26:45, are you clear?
Those nights with back-to-back calls, I can be out here till 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 7 a.m.
Going Roger.
And not even give a yawn. But the nights with nothing going on, ooh, it's tiring. Sounds easy, just sitting on your ass and driving around, but it ain't. Got no activity throughout the entire city of Los Angeles right now. Like I said, it's definitely going to be a calm before the storm situation. I'll probably be out tomorrow night. I'll look. I'll see ya. I'll see if there's anyone else out streaming.
Investigation unit,
And if they're out in the central LA, I'll work the valley. If they're not out in central, I'll go down and work central.
Very just fine. 29, 21, 43. 21 and 43 are used by the speaker equipped.
Go wherever they're not. Save us the heartbreak. CAD shows nothing. We got a smoke detector going off in Mar Vista, West LA. We got a traffic collision in South LA and Beverly Grove, rubbish fire in Vermont Vista, an unknown engine request, which is just a generic call that can't be categorized in any other category, in Chatsworth, all the way in the west side of the valley. That's the downside to the engine request call, is that they are a very generic category where you truly don't know what's going on. The last one I was paying attention to was a hiker that got lost on a path, but they didn't want to dispatch a full hiker rescue mission. So they just sent out a fire engine and a fire truck to find the guy. And as far as I know, he's still in there. So as far as I know, he got out because I didn't hear otherwise. But on the contrary of that, as far as I know, he's still in there because they didn't say that he got out or that they found him. No, if he actually got lost in there, they definitely launched the helicopters. They'll launch the helicopters anytime they get a chance. They like those things.
28 Cloville Avenue, Visuals at 5046, 301556. A1 code 6, Glen Oaks and Cobalt, 9 George Henry Edward 592.
The car drives so nicely now after that mechanic work too. So very glad to have the car back from the shop. And hopefully it stays out of the shop for a while.
Highway 41, Roger. Are you code 1043?
Yeah, guys, do me a favor. Huge salad. Hit that like button.
Unit 80W suspect at that eyes at York Lake Bus Lane. CPR Milliscona, black sweater, black pants, suspect, my white dark shirt, blue jeans, backpack, assaulted PR, appears he has a knife in his backpack. It's code 250 50 or 941.
Catch an address on that?
Queen. Even eyes, Unit 80W suspect at Van Nuys at York Lake Bus Lane.
Edna and Venice?
Even eyes, Unit 80W suspect at Van Nuys.
Is that a street? Edna. They're nice and
Clear.
shoot. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's not Edna. It's not Edna. It's not Etna. I have no idea what they're saying. Either way, it was someone that assaulted someone at the bus station that possibly has a knife on them. So not a make it or break it call, of course, but obviously something that could go south, and if we're in the area, might as well make ourselves available.
Here in abundance. Service units, batteries, domestic violence in progress, 8541 Belmar Avenue, 8541 Belmar Avenue. Male advised, his wife was attacking him. Line disconnected, modern colors traditional, it's code 3 incident 5055 and RD 1792.
Yeah, I
Unit to handle identify.
have never bought a lottery ticket, unfortunately. I'm still waiting for that day where I become the $1 billion lottery winner. A lot I do with that money. I went head on with traffic for quite a while.
Metro Life 474, show us responding back up as Life 474, advanced life support. Rescue 867, OBS 3H LAX.
Someone's having a baby at LAX, it sounds like. I don't know that for a fact. LAFD obstetrics calls are very
additional on the battery
generic.
violence in progress at 854
It could mean a little bit of anything and everything.
Voicemail only, no further. Incident 5055.
Just in general related to pregnancy. For those following along, we're at Whitsett and Oxnard, coming up on Oxnard right here. So it's still not en route anywhere specific, just circling around the city currently. Now you go watch the planes land. I don't think there's actually a good place to. What's going on with these crackheads? Is this guy in oncoming traffic? Pretty sure that guy was sitting in oncoming traffic. That guy right there that's going.
1689, 1689, ambulance overdose, 10418, Scoville Avenue, code 2 incident, 5046 and 1656.
Overdose calls.
Roger.
That's the unit 77.
Canceling it.
Come on, CHP. CHP needs to get into a pursuit.
89, 89, 5046 Major Request Handle. 335, there is an additional follow crawler playing at the same location or added to your stack.
I think that's the leisure call.
Battery domestic violence in progress, 8541 Belmont Avenue. For previous incident, same location, possible events inside the residence, and female possibly suffers from mental illness. Additional on incident 5055. Actually, it's not property on Saturday, just west of
Oh, the radio's dying.
George William X-ray 864.
Gotta love it.
26 Victor 21 traffic south Santa west of Tester 8 George William X-ray 54.
5474.
Let's see, I got a charger on this one. Alright, so technically it's not that big of a deal because these are our backup radios.
North of Van Noyen, the Moped, no lake.
Just next day, 67 South Vineland, north of Van Noyen, on a moped with no plates. Shows code 61497,
But like I said, more radios you have, the better.
5 Roger.
Error. Your time. 5 miles. 59.
Come on, Mr. Tesla.
2827 Roger.
1985. Yeah.
Is that our code 6? Photo place for hospital. Union 062.
What's going on up here? We got 3, 4 cars hooked up to the tow truck.
Metro FTA, code 4,
We got the strip club up here.
Roscoe 9 boy Lincoln Union
And
0.
VIP cabaret.
640, 640, are you clear?
You can put out a bolo for those two males that tip foot belt.
Guy's got his headlights off.
640, Roger, thank you.
Twisted Wayne, thank you for joining us tonight. Nice to have you here.
Heading for 210 for all entertainment with the party. I just put a bolo out for those males.
1083, have you arrived at the station? Roger.
Calm before the storm, guys.
The call taker states that there might be a possible weapon involved in the in-run traffic. Roger. 229.
Hey, the battery looks like just left 5841 Canyon Boulevard at the In and Out. So it's like left northbound in a silver Jeep Wrangler, partial plate 9 Edward Paul. 9 Edward Paul, no Hispanic, 32 years, 5'9", 141, a black shirt, blue jeans, and 52.
Look at this crackhead right here.
2145.
What do you think the story is, guys? Why is this guy have his car parked in the street?
John Hay, 81, stand by.
In 823, FD advised the subject was sleeping only. PD is no longer needed. Let you discount.
Yeah, the car didn't like that. I was going faster than the turning car. I was paying attention, car, I promise. I knew what was going on. I appreciate you looking out for me. You're on Tahunga right now. Victory and Tahunga. Just cruising around looking for some trouble. Trying to find some so we don't have to make our own.
What's the incident you're canceling?
Yeah, do me a solid, guys. Let's get that like count up. We can at least get that like count up to 100. We get that like count up to 100. We're gonna, I don't want to say double, but I have no doubt that we get at least 25% more people in for our viewers. So the more people we get in here, the longer we'll be out tonight.
7637, are you clear? Seven clear.
We have a break started north side of the stadium.
Southbound 5 Stadium. Southbound 5. See anything going on Southbound 5? Ah, I found it.
Metro engine 12, you can cancel the 800.
They left their vehicle, black Tesla, license Henry Edward Lincoln Adam Lawrence Queen, Henry Edward Lincoln Adam Lawrence Queen on Oscar.
This is downtown LA or central LA by Dodger Stadium. But CHP is responding to a call for a vehicle stalled in the middle lanes, which is incredibly dangerous and incredibly dumb. But the notes just say, gray Toyota Camry stalled in middle lanes. Traffic coming in hot. Reporting party is crying. All right, ma'am. CHP's en route. Click.
On a boat around
That's how LAPD handles their calls.
26 Victor,
I
21.
don't know about CHP. I can't speak negatively about them. But either way, CHP is already on top of it. CHP is coming in with a traffic brake, slowing down traffic behind them. At northbound 5 in Stadium, calls at northbound 5. State Route 2, I don't know what that is.
5094 RD.
Alright, guys, what's the count today? We got 1, 2, 3, only three on the road. We got LAPD right here. Just got their in and out. Hauling ass the other way. Stacy Mitchell, thank you for joining us tonight. Really wish we could play some music without getting in trouble.
867, engine 95 on 2. Go for 867. Yeah, come to the upper level.
Yeah, get to it once again. No, that's a goal. Yeah, we'll get out and film it. But like I said before, just remember that you're the person riding along. But yeah, the only one rule for the stream is just no bitching. You know, this is my place to bitch, and I will happily bitch the night away. But unfortunately, you guys don't get that same privilege that I have.
Street, in front of the location, in a tent with a light on, male and female, human in distress. It's called answered by 101
So no, I will just be chilling.
And I don't.
867, we're in front of Terminal B. You'll see like a construction shop with a bunch of emergency lights. We're right in front of that.
329, Paul. Where are you watching in from again tonight? It's not that bad. I say it's not that bad comparatively to what it's been, but I think we're at like $5.50 a gallon. I think is the cheapest I've seen.
2117.
I'll give you guys the update once I pass the next gas station, but I think we're at like $5.50, which, you know, that beats last week when it was quite a bit more. You're in low $6 a gallon. All right, come on, guys. Help me get that like count up to 100. We're at 84 right now. We're not that far away. We got 106 people watching. Only asking to get up to 100.
Find out 415 group 16815 Kingsbury and step 4177 or D1747.
Metro from Rescue 900. We'll see that run for 810 and 209.
Oh yeah, that's smart, sir. Tulsa. I believe Tulsa, Oklahoma, if I'm right. Well, Paul, if you can figure out a way to FedEx us some gasoline down here, I will happily pay you for it. Send me a barrel.
6750, what's that?
You send me a small barrel of gasoline, I guarantee I'll go through it by the end of the month. Obviously, you just gotta figure out how to ship it with all the hazmat regulations. That's where the money is. That's where the
15X86, are you
costs
clear?
come into play.
86 negative. Confirm your location, drive zone in the T10 overpass, don't cross.
$5.99. Yikes. Yeah, like I said, it's a bit cheaper today, which I'm appreciative for, but Still waiting for it to significantly drop. I'm ready to pay $3 a gallon again. I miss those days. I remember paying around $2.50 a gallon, but that was back home in Wisconsin.
Years, wearing dark blue jeans, brown sweater. Could just sit by 114.905.
Our gas even smells different out there, which is weird. The gasoline in California doesn't smell like gasoline.
29, automatic call.
In my opinion.
26, Victor 22 on.
Roger.
Right, you're on the border of North Hollywood and Burbank. We don't want to cross it to Burbank because we don't got Burbank up on radio. Burbank Police Department, I believe, just went encrypted as of last week or the week before, which is disappointing. Nothing good comes out of police obscurity.
Roger.
We are in beautiful North Hollywood right now, awaiting our next call. We will see what that will be.
And I'm processing Bird Pierce Northman incident 4119 NRD 1950.
Like I said before, it's the calm before the storm right now, guys. Tomorrow is Friday. We'll actually work into tomorrow. We'll be in the morning of Friday the 13th pretty soon.
19879 Roger.
For many of you guys are already in Friday the 13th, aren't you?
I'll check incident 5071.
Because right now it's 11:15 out here. We're the latest time zone in the... excluding Hawaii, I guess.
I show you code 6, Victory and Fulton.
Matt, thank you for joining. Glad to have you here. Kind of just chilling tonight, waiting for something to happen. We're at 92, guys. We just need 8 more to hit that 100 milestone. Let's hit that 100 milestone on likes. Get some more people in here. So the more likes we get, the more people in here, the later I can stay out. Got a 9 a.m. meeting tomorrow at the day job. I'll pull an all-nighter for you guys if we get that view count up. This guy right here, look at that guy. That guy's blocking the only lane of traffic coming this way. Pissing everyone off. Chad from South Louisiana, thank you for joining us. Paul, happy Friday the 13th. Retired Copper, thank you very much. It's been a rough couple of weeks with work, with my car breaking. Had to get some mechanic work on the car. Work's been keeping me busy. I got like 4 cavities that I have to get fixed up. So yeah, I'm just trying to get caught up on life. And then the camera decided to break. Luckily, the camera issue was just a bad cable, and I replaced the cable, and everything turned out well. So that was the cheapest fix of the week. That was just $10 cable. But with that being said, with those complaints being made, I am very happy to be back. Got my car out of the shop today, and the first thing I did, of course, was, get my stuff back in the car, and then launch the stream for you guys. I pretend it's for you guys. Like I said, I love coming out here too and doing this. Definitely missed it over the past couple of weeks.
9 out of 5 shows an updated location.
Matt, thank you for liking. We are at 99 right now. We just need one more hero in here. I don't know. I don't think I'd ever be able to make it full time, but that's some. I don't know. It would take a lot. I'll say that. We're gonna run the light. We're running the light. No one's there. Cost of living in LA is incredibly high. It would take quite a bit of work to get us up to a full-time gig. But I won't write it off as impossible. I'll keep my mind open. Like I said, I'm out here. I'm not out here for the money. I'm out here for the fun of it. I like being out here. I don't do streaming as the primary purpose. I'm out here to sell footage to the stations. And on the quiet nights, it gets incredibly tiring. So yeah, I'll start streaming and love that you guys keep me company. And listen to all the dumb nonsense that I have to say.
025.
David, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the sub. And thanks for hopping on in the chat. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. Thank you to everyone who has for getting us above that 100 like count. Thank you very much. And then also, if you haven't already, come join us in the chat. Come say hi. This is $6.09 a gallon right here if you pay cash, $6.19 for a credit card. That one is not a good example of how gas has gone down. I don't think that is an accurate reflection of the current market out here in LA, though. That one seems a bit higher than the other ones. Trino, welcome back, Trino.
The 21, today 21 if you arrived.
The cool thing is that we got a lot done in those past 2 weeks I've been MIA for. We got our new radios installed. Our new radios are operational. We got CHP up on radio now. We got LAFD and LAPD up on radio. We were using handhelds before, but it was such a mess dealing with batteries and poor reception. Very happy to. And also, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Thank you, Matt, very much for that $5 donation. That is a whole gallon, almost a gallon, not to downplay it. But that goes for a gallon of gas right there. That keeps us out here for quite a bit longer, so thank you very, very much. Yeah, gas is not cheap. Crazy to think about that, actually. 18 miles per gallon. $6 a gallon. Whew. But thank you very much, Matt. I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, every donation is greatly appreciated, but 100% unnecessary. If you'd like to help without making a financial donation, it is incredibly helpful and just as greatly appreciated if you subscribe and hit that like button and come join us in the chat room and be active, introduce yourself, and play along with us. Justice, welcome, welcome. We are cruising San Fernando Valley right now. Figuring out what our plan is. Yeah, I was mentioning the radios. It is absolutely beautiful to have our new radio system out here. Gino, welcome, welcome. Yeah, if any of you guys really want to help out, I'll give you guys my address and you can FedEx me a gallon of gas. I said I'll even pay for the gallon cost.
835 SD clear, did not transport. Unit 507 radio 7913 Louise Avenue, incident 5041 already 1006. You can tag that on.
Hell yeah, Matt. I am hoping for the same thing out here. Obviously, some nights are better than others.
Can you have the PR open the gate to the building?
But the unfortunate thing is, you really never know. It's all dumb luck and a whole lot of being in the right place at the right time. It's literally 95% of it, I'd say, is being in the right place at the right time. Our last good story that we got paid out on was a CHP officer that got nailed in a car crash on the freeway. Made our way to that one. I think we would have gotten a few more stations that would have bought it, but there was like 3 big shootings that night. Like big shootings with many people down. When I say many, I mean like 3 or 4. But the stations were obviously a lot more interested in that. Otherwise, it would have been a hot sell.
That's a rescue uniform.
But still got paid.
That's a gated entrance to the complex off the prairie.
Just not as much as we should have. It was fun though. Good call.
That should be good to buy.
Come out.
Sorry, put 6 Tobias and Chase on 1.
We made our way to Sylmar earlier today. We were driving around in circles. So I assume if we keep going around in circles that we'll make our way back there. But that's the most disappointing thing that I shot. Again, my opinion is greatly what's the word I'm looking for?
Coming out.
Words are hard. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Biased. There we go. My opinion is, of course, greatly biased. But I've shot a lot of cool stories that just haven't gotten picked up. That's always disappointing when you got a solid story and your camera work is perfect, looks cinematic, and it's just not the topic of the night for the newsrooms. But there's been times too on the opposite where, you know, I shoot garbage and send it in just in case and someone picks it up. So like I said, it's not skill, it's luck, unfortunately. Right place, right time. There's a cat in the streets.
Cedar Boulevard, 613 Cedar Boulevard, inside of the restaurant.
14 is gonna get ran over if he's playing there.
5156 1033. I'm showing you to have identify.
Poor baby.
Right out of there.
Charlie unit for the code 3 call identify.
No, I love that. I love that. On the slow nights, it is absolutely very appreciated to have you guys here with me.
Show me back station.
So my,
responding code 3 from my Charlie station.
we're at 5.79 a gallon right here. See, like I said, it's not that bad. It's a 6.15 a gallon.
Suspect now Hispanic, 35 years, gray sweater.
5.79 a gallon's a bit more reasonable.
Tattoos on face. Code 2 and 5158, RD 1633.
We gotta get ourselves a hybrid.
Vehicle with a light fortification. No longer in the scene. It's information incident 4177 2017-47. 839.
Reseda. You got shooting in Reseda, guys.
Yeah, it's just on your shooting at 613 to the Boulevard. The system was a male unknown. No further.
We're 20 minutes from it. Well, that is what I call sucky.
Tell us what you're about.
Go ahead.
Roger.
We're gonna be en route to that shooting call, but we're have a very extended ETA.
10 minutes for D1979, just code 6.
Very, very extended. And the unfortunate thing is, if we miss the ambulance, we miss the whole call. But then who knows? It could be a fatal shooting. It doesn't sound like it. Whatever size up they gave on the radio, I think was the PR reporting it. Or the PR is the person that's also the victim. Like I said, guys, right place, right time. If you were 19 minutes closer, would have been in for a good story. Let's not hit that dumpster. I think it would honestly be less damaging to hit the car than the dumpster. All right, come on, sir, ma'am. I'm sorry. I guess the good news is we just have to travel straight 8 miles west on this road. I don't think we're gonna hightail it there.
That's fire engine 66 LEP Paranatural.
We're not gonna hightail it there quite yet.
Okay, 21, female, approximately 30 years of age, suffering from a gunshot wound to the leg, conscious and breathing.
Gunshot wound to the leg. Come on.
10-821 RA 6113 receipt.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine. We're still heading out there though.
5165.
But like I said, it's really only a story if we get the ambulance. And the ambulance hopefully will have a better ETA than 18 minutes. Hopefully. Never know.
955, 955.
Oh. Well, there goes my new axle.
I'll take a call on your side.
That was a rough one. Even my dash cam got a little upset with that.
955,
Lord.
6946, Even as getting phone evidence, Pomona and Ventura for 202 516 Library 971 Motor Commons Tradition.
LAFD has a good response time.
8555 Foothill Boulevard. Motors on British Code 2 incident 516 830 1617.
My poor
85.
car. That's all I gotta say. They don't even post signs for those ones too. It's not like a speed bump that you can see. It's a speed divot.
74,
We're like 15 minutes out if you're wondering. We'll still check it out. We'll see what we got.
Roger.
8899, 7899, are you clear?
99 negative.
Dash cam's being difficult.
6989, Roger.
We have Tango standby 2021, go ahead. Adam 21. I did a shooter approximately 5 minutes ago from Reseda and Bessemer. Suspect
Oh,
unknown.
she's screaming in the
Weapon
background.
use unknown.
God damn.
Vehicle use possibly a black or a gray pickup truck. Something when that's being southbound on Reseda Boulevard. Yeah, man.
I shouldn't make fun of someone with a gunshot wound to their leg, 'cause I know goddamn well I'd be acting. I'd be acting like a little bitch, that's for sure.
There is no suspect of weapon information. 5156. Danbury, that's St. Nine, kind of Long Charles.
But yeah, you heard her screaming in the background there.
Jaguars on 9 out of 4, Charles 152.
City 145, approach here on 0.25.
We're going to be code 6 on shooting call.
Got this child molester van that won't get out of the way. And then the Prius to the right. Got a Prius moving at 5 miles an hour to the right, and then the child molester van in front of us moving at 5 miles an hour. God damn. One of you guys has to move. That's a little bit better. Look at that. That thing can get up to street legal speed. Look at that. We're at 35 now. That's all I was asking for, sir. I hate passing cars on the right out here. Oh, he's zooming now.
Special we showed the Robin. You have your round. That's for Venture 27. Do you have a building number?
9041, 9041, County Justice, Suspect 14607, Calvert Street, UA 100, 05172.
Go ahead. You have 2 cars southbound.
We're roughly 10-12 minutes away from the shooting call.
After that, looking in on it.
I said she'll be transported long before we get there. But just in case, we'll go on and check it out. Finally got rid of the child molester van too, which I'm appreciative of. God was creeping me out.
Volume 14 group in the shopping center parking lot 19330.
Started matching my speeds.
Subject vehicle is a black Ford Mustang, code 2 sent by 187 or 1031.
You have 16A59. Landline me, have the number when you're ready.
Oh, that's okay, sir. Take your time.
071.
A59, 16A59, come in. A59, landline 17881. I have the number when you're ready.
I'm jinxing myself, so I shouldn't say it, but I'm gonna say it. Been doing pretty good on the red lights tonight. Let's hope this one switches a green. Give us a green, give us a green. I don't want to slow down. Don't want to slow down. I'm slowing down. I'm slowing down. How unfortunate. I could have ran it. It's a green arrow on the other side, so no one's at least coming at us. Definitely not an auditor. No, that is not me.
Repeat the cross and order. 17867, code 6, North Office Eden.
Conventional 27, employee 35.
One turn right.
1589,
A very slow 10 minutes. Poor bicyclist.
Let me send a message.
Alright, see, you can never tell the hidden divots. It's not like there's signs. You see that right there? That one wasn't that bad, and I took it at 20 miles an hour too, which is
Metro.
better than 35.
57.
Well, that
Engine 33. 800.
071.
that put my car in the shop for another couple of weeks, guys. Pick it up today, might as well just drop it right back off.
2021, order to yourself, 10Z1.
Show me in route 519.
That's from 21, that's not the vehicle.
Traffic hazard, Cahuenga, just south of the 134 freeway, disabled TC. Vehicle disabled at the intersection. Code C, incident 5186,
17849, 17849, are you clear? Mark Sierra, something out to me.
Like I said, a whole lot of being at the right place at the right time, and unfortunately on this one we are not at the right place nor the right time. Not today and not this call. Maybe the next one. Unlikely though. We're pushing ourselves out very far west today. So if anything happens central or east, we will not be having a good response time.
Stating, lost on the transport vehicle with a westbound turn on Upper Street.
Yeah, like I said.
Okay, so do you have any additional on the vehicle and or the suspects?
We missed the ambulance, we missed it all.
That call was created at 0900 hours, and you do a callback to the PD meeting. Oh, so that's 5156.
P995 is sent out a further at 2246 hours. Voicemail was received and the box is not set up yet. No further.
Metro Rescue 14 confirming order.
I'm gonna try something, guys. Like I said, I have a GoPro mode in the car and I can't take you guys with me. I'm gonna see what YouTube does if I try launching a new live stream on my phone. Might have to give you guys two links. You might have to be on both streams to see it. But it's at least better than nothing while I get my software issues figured out.
Reply, the traffic hazard is related to the siege they're handling.
Like I said, it's been a crazy couple of weeks where I just haven't found the time for that, unfortunately. But if I can make it work, at least you guys get to see what's going on then, rather than having to leave you stuck in the car. Because that's no fun. Not at all.
15867, further comments.
We'll make it. We'll make
Looks
it.
like it's related. TC is unable to check on this incident due to the TC on the freeway.
Thank you very much, Gino. It means a lot. Like I said, I'm very happy and appreciative that you guys are all here with me. We're 3 minutes out from the alleged area of the shooting.
Sixteen 120 verified 4987 on Mercer.
It didn't come through the CAD though. They've been having some CAD issues.
60121.
Doesn't look like it showed up in the CAD, unfortunately. So hopefully I copied the
69,
address right.
69, 23, cancel into 4987 at 6121 handle.
And 23 records. Thank you.
Metro Engine 46 confirming that LAPD is responding to domestic dispute.
I don't know, guys. I ain't seen it. Oh, I see it. We're in the right area. Like, I usually copy down the addresses, right? But every once in a while you put in a typo and you're off by... Out here, you can be off by quite a few miles if you put in the wrong address by 1 digit. Or you select the wrong neighborhood, and there's many duplicate addresses in the valley, too. Like, Sylmar and Chatsworth might have the same address, with the only difference being between Sylmar and Chatsworth. But obviously, the flashing amber lights in front of us let us know we are in the right area.
Can you repeat the name of the hospital?
Northridge Hospital.
Roger.
$85.58.85, cancel the trespass suspect across into the 5193, cancel 5 here.
We missed the ambulance, guys. That's the ambulance, the LAPD responding right there.
85, can you send me 5144? 85, Roger.
Retired Copper, thank you for the gifted membership. Who's the lucky person gonna be? Wee Shelly, someone that absolutely deserves that membership. I didn't know you were lurking there, Wee Shelly. Thank you for joining us tonight. Alright, what we got? 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 You don't got nothing. You guys doing a loop-de-loop? That Russian? No, I don't think so. We're sitting for a second. Yeah, the woman shot in leg. Handful of LAPD officers standing around. And no suspect. Honestly, though, if we would have made it here 5 minutes earlier, we would have made good timing.
Go ahead.
We only missed it by 5 minutes.
A2 is going to be Cal Alpha Edward 2232 891. Last of phonetically Nora, George, Union, Young, Edward, Nora. First of Tom, Adam, Nora. 1942 transient, male, other, brown over brown, 5'7", 120, DOB of 12/18, 1969.
We'll be back on the road here shortly. We'll go back. There's just nothing there to necessarily see anymore. There's story left. Like I said, it's all about being in the
intersection Magnolia and Laurel Canyon. We've checked the bus stops in the area. We have no waivers. Persons are stating they did not call 911. Do you have anything further?
What we will do, though, is head more so out towards the Van Nuys area, so we're at least in the right direction.
And Marybelle.
Able to respond to whatever comes up. Honestly, if we were in Van Nuys at the time this came out, we might have been able to get something out of it.
2102 goes to Charles Topanga and Larry Lee.
We would have been at least a few minutes closer. I'll drive by again and just do a quick check to make sure there's nothing out there.
2182 standby came up with 31 returns.
But like I said, it's just a bunch of officers with their hands in their pockets. Not much to see. There's not even crime scene tape set up, which was surprising.
Code 5, pull it up between Sadaquay and Sherman Way. Code 5,
Usually they'll
pull it
set
up
up
between
crime scene
Sadaquay and
tape.
Sherman Way. Recon Hill Unit 459 suspects are now 12601 Pierce Street.
You got a guy in a white suit though.
The main door to the apartment building, 2 males, possibly Hispanic, no further description. The 2 incidents, 5220, already 1613.
Once I said shot a leg though, I knew it wasn't anything too
He was
crazy.
shouting in a male with mental illness 16130 Kidridge, suspect a male, white, 26 years, long black trench coat, jeans, code 2, incident 5219, already 1039.
But you best believe we're still gonna head towards it, because then when they get on the radio and say, you know, shot in the head, unconscious, not breathing, obviously that's a bit more crazy that we'd want to
Yeah, if I know what I mean.
be here as soon as possible.
We have the 697, 697, I'm trouble,
None of them have an exact match to you in the name and the vehicle. Each team would read off one of them. Thank you.
336 Northview Avenue, incident 2, Arch 553.
Good year. Please push on the bullshit Charles X, let's be 50 to 7 Span County, Span River.
086 East Street.
The West Side School for Final 10, 39 to a male with a mental illness on Kittredge over.
Good for her though, you know, I'm glad it's not serious.
Supervisor. 20, put that comment back.
Anytime you get struck by a bullet, it's serious, but she'll make it. No one seemed overly concerned by it. Yeah, shot in leg, no suspect. The suspect was last seen driving in a pickup truck.
166, 160, did you receive?
They transported about 20 minutes after the call.
Roger.
Because we got there at 21 minutes after the call. I got so upset one time. I had a beautiful call in Encino of a broken hydrant that was gushing water, you know, 300 feet in the air and starting to, see, look at this. There's no marks or anything. You just have this giant dip in the road. And the speed limit here is 45. I went over that at 20.
Requesting this unit. Casino set up the bank and it's bank at Verity. Casino responding identified. $21.97.
What was I saying before? Oh yeah. I got called out to, I was all the way out here in Encino, and got called out to Hollywood Hills on a shooting. Waiting for the radio to die down. I got called out to Hollywood Hills on a shooting with a confirmed victim down. Hollywood Hills, it was far away. It was like 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. So I'm hightailing it there. And I get there, drive all the way up through these hills on these skinny ass roads. And police are already there, of course. And then they get on the radio and say, the victim has not been shot. The victim has had, they said something. I don't know if he was scratched up or just the fact that he was not shot regardless. What happened was someone broke a window. He thought he was shot, but it was the glass that fell on him. I don't think they even transported. Yeah, that was a waste of a call. Bet he still considers himself a shooting victim too, just like the scene from The Office. Yeah, I gave up a good call for that one. Because I was like, a shooting with a victim in Hollywood Hills, that's definitely a hot sell. But the call has to be, legitimate. So that's happened, of course.
8620 until
You never know what you're gonna get. Like I said, it's all dumb luck.
Mission considering Air 15121 Bradville Brandon Park Community Room. It's code Citizen 5234.
I still think that I made the right decision to leave the water fountain behind, or the flooded flooding behind. Only for the fact that it was at Hollywood Hills. You know, it wasn't just some Reseda or anything like that. The news cares a whole lot more when the rich people get shot. I'm not saying it's right, just saying it is what it is. So I think based on the information I had at the time, it was the right decision. Obviously, in hindsight, it was not. But
1943, Roger.
you could predict the future. This would be the easiest job in the world.
21, 29, are you there?
Then it would actually be all skill. If you knew where to be and when, yeah.
21, 29, Roger.
We are at 11:53 p.m. right now. 11:53. Friday the 13th Eve. I don't know though. Like I said before, I've had a lot of
Hill Unit 390 Group 12900 Fillmore Street, incident 5238 NRD 1602.
rough roads. I always have to look back to make sure I didn't run over someone. Sometimes it feels like you hit someone. I don't know though. I've had a lot of great stories that don't get picked up, which makes it a little bitter. But I was just thinking about past holidays. I was out New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or right in between. Someone got stabbed right in downtown LA in front of a hotel. And I thought that's a beautiful story. New Year's Eve, holiday, people are going crazy, people are drinking, someone ends up getting stabbed in a populated metropolitan area. I don't give two shits.
Russian 21, 20, 21, 20, 20, 512, 21, 61.
Go for 858. 858. The address is 620 West 3rd is correct. Order being building 3, unit 131. Building 3, unit 131. Metro Rescue 95, be advised, we're going to be delayed about 5 minutes due to road closures and reroute us to the south end of our district.
I'm going to get triple eight zero. I remember 18 ready.
367, go ahead.
367 is going to be 620 filler 025 742 6800.
367, Colina Boulevard and the 134 freeway on ramp.
W suspect 19549 Renowin Street in the alley behind location. Suspect mailbox 40 years.
If you guys are wondering and following along, we are in Van Nuys right now.
Made verbal threats to harm the PR office on the area. Contestant Bridge 4330
Instead of driving around, we're gonna chill in Van Nuys for a little bit. Just because it makes us a little bit more central to where the action's happening. Aside from the West Valley. The West Valley, they're a little ways away from it. That's okay. Valley Glen, Van Nuys, North Hollywood have always been historically where some of the best calls have come from.
2526 Burbank Boulevard.
1539, suspect 12526 Burbank Boulevard.
I want to turn there, but that's okay. It's gotta be. I'll say it's gotta be like a 7-Eleven somewhere. I can grab a drink and speak of the devil. I don't know why I decided to brake fully. That was silly of me. That was silly. Yeah, always watch your back at 7-Elevens. That's all I gotta say.
Central from 809.
This guy's parked like a straight up crackhead.
We do not find anyone in this intersection. Do you have anything further?
Any North Hollywood unit, trespass suspects are now Burbank and Farmville rear side Scientology building. Suspects bring mail.
The lady to the left of me has a scissors. I don't know what she's doing with the scissors, but she's got one. She looks normal. She looks normal. But I'm gonna patiently wait for the lady with the scissors to get back in her car.
3 on the regional response to the assault. 660 South Figueroa. Channel 4 response.
Yeah, I hear you, Twisted Wayne. All the crackheads are attracted to the 7-Elevens. And like I said, crackheads at 7-Eleven armed with the scissors. I will happily wait a few more minutes for them to chillax. She's got a scissors in her hand. What's wrong with... Oh, she put the scissors away. Okay. Okay, she's getting back in her car now. I don't know what she was doing with the scissors, though. Like I said, she just looked like an old lady. She didn't look dangerous. But you put you put scissors in a crackhead's hand, they'll make it dangerous. And you can't judge a crackhead by you can't judge a person by their looks all the time on whether they're a crackhead or not. The unfortunate part. Okay. Scissor lady's gone. We're gonna chill out here in a second and grab ourselves some... I don't know what we're grabbing. Something relatively healthy. Whatever a relatively healthy option I could find. We've gone to a handful of calls at 7-Eleven. The ones I always make sure to go to when I'm nearby is the robbery in progress calls. But the issue is, it somehow always turns out to be they push the buttons when the person's leaving. Or, you know, obviously it makes sense that, you know, you can't call 911 when the person's robbing you at that moment in time. So both myself and the police always show up too late to actually catch any of the action. But all it takes is one time. Or, you know, sitting in the 7-Eleven parking lot waiting for it to happen.
26, Rubbish Water, intersection Western Avenue, across the Venice Boulevard.
95 traffic stop, Nordhoff, and Havenhurst, 9 Edward Queen Hall, 815.
Smells like a garbage fire out here. As long as it's not my car.
It's 828 Van Nuys Boulevard, Unit 205. Mr. Camille Black, 26 years, wearing an off-white shirt, blue jeans, code 2, incident 2, RD 915.
35 on scene.
Yeah, we're sitting in Van Nuys right now, just waiting for the next call to happen. Probably go grab myself a drink or something in a minute. But we're just chilling, listening to the radios. We got CHP, LAFD, and LAPD up right now. Seeing what kind of action we can drive in. If you haven't already, make sure to like the stream, as well as come join us in the chat and say hi. Let me know what you've got going on tonight, and let me know where you're tuning in from if you haven't already. I don't think the laundry place is 24/7. I'd welcome too many crackheads. Alright, I will be rejoining you guys momentarily. While I am gone, you guys are expected to listen to the radio and keep me informed of anything I miss. I'm gonna count on you for that. Make sure to start putting calls in the chat. I will be checking on that when I get back. Oh, fire station. It's probably a still alarm. I was like, yeah, they want to call an ambulance their own injury. All right, guys, keep an ear to the radio for me. I'll be back in a few. Ignore the fact that I'm wearing Crocs today too. I totally forgot about that.
Fifteen X4, have you arrived?
Metro operation 588, how can I do upgrade emergency? 2892, upgrade emergency, knowledge.
60 minutes from us to AAA.
92, you copy. Upgrade emergency.
60 minutes or less for AAA.
Hey, that's you copy.
121, now log on. Thank you.
100, yeah, my 90 go to Chosen to get away from location.
1039, do you have a code for?
Is it verify location?
Council incident 5219, there's a code for, the suspect is here, right?
I'm not sure of any information or about the 16.
220, copy, roger, thank you.
Station only back north of Sherman Way. Six and eight four, are you clear? Six and eight four, roger.
Charles 10 point route to Lancaster, so starting to 905 out of 1. 67, automatic alarm, 13160. Now wait.
120 Province Boulevard.
39, 12020 Burbank Boulevard.
Here is en route to me.
Units holding 3 non-coded calls, A507 radio, 11817 Victory Boulevard, apartment 314, incident 5154, party 1525.
A power complaint, 5424 Gentry Avenue, incident 5194, party 1545, and code 30 ringer, 3836 Mount View Avenue, incident 5223, party 1591.
Section Rescue 57, can you attach a TV van?
15X86, Roger.
So he's transporting. Can you show us on scene and attaching a therapeutic van? 257. We don't find anywhere intersections. Do you have anything, brother?
513.
Stand by. Stand by this here. Make sure contact.
001. 22, Roger.
It's like a group of a million Krakens that walked in, making life way more difficult than it should have been. That was way rougher than it needed to be, and it 100% smells like something's on fire outside. Someone's burning some trash. And no LAFD responses out here. They were also bone dry on having anything available. So I got the healthiest thing available. I got a peanut butter bar, some peanut butter pretzels, and a beef stick. The healthiest options out of the limited choices I had. Oh yeah, the guys with walking out the Corona were the most annoying. It took them like 30 minutes just to check out.
Trying to take a picture.
Alright, that is Friday the 13th officially. I'm taking it.
Mason vehicles of black Mercedes, place 4 Nora, Lincoln Union, X-ray Union, Robert Young. 4 Nora, Lincoln Union, X-ray Union, Robert Young.
I don't know if I could ever do it, guys.
1723.
Work at a gas station.
15.
You want to talk about dangerous jobs? Imagine working at 7-Eleven. Didn't say hard, but definitely dangerous.
1723, I have your PR. Requesting you return back to the location. The suspect called and are over the phone. Are you still in the area?
I'm just looking through the CHP CAD right now, seeing what we're missing out on.
15.
511, oh, it's 2347, 347, 97 at midnight, 000.
Prowler units are timed out. Prowler suspect there now. Burbank and Farmdale at the rear of the train toll.
What the fuck is going on out there?
5251, party 1535. Prowler units double down identified.
for White Oak and Burbank, 9, Frank, Robert, 056.
16839, two shows on the follow-up for 6124.
We have that beautiful parking job in front of us.
5839, Roger.
Adam, 8773981.
2604, Adam.
No, Drunker, you were 100% right. Yeah, there was a string going on out here too. I don't think there was an actual mass killing. Excuse me. But it was a string of 7-Eleven robberies, and I think one person did get killed in them. So for like a solid week, LAPD actually responded code 3 in a reasonable time to all of the silent alarms at 7-Eleven. But luckily, that's kind of quieted down, I think. Don't know why.
Charles,
As of May 2024 for a 2021 Pastoral Utility out of Fremont.
So you guys think we'll catch anything crazy for Friday the 13th? Right now, we're not just sitting just to sit. We're sitting because there's nowhere to go.
2008 Mercedes 4-door.
Sounds like LAPD is doing a bit of traffic enforcement tonight.
Street, Unit 1, the city of San Fernando. Correction. Release of liability. Graciela Sanchez, 8360 Martila Avenue, the city of Panorama.
The beef stick is a solid 2 out of 10 if you're wondering. The peanut butter bar, well worth it.
1021 Your time, normal, 93727.
26 Victor 22, Roger. 9X34, 9X34, come on. 34, your appeal from your domestic violence restraining order violation, 14600 static plate call back advice suspect return is at the front door. Are you able to re-respond?
34 negative, maybe at the or there's an arrest report. Should be noted there's no active restraining order on file. 2010, 2010, 42 will advise or they arrest them all.
If you did work at 7-Eleven at night, though, would you feel safer working with another person there with you, or is it the same deal? Just have one person dangerous, just two of them. Traffic collision downtown. South LA, yeah. Keep an eye on it.
We're going to turn away west of Ethel on 6, Tom Frank Robertson,
Turn away west of Ethel. 6 Tom Frank Robertson, 55.
Engine 2, Rosefire, intersection photo, cross the center in the freeway. 7498, I'll show you that other button, 2005, further 297, video for history.
Uh-oh.
Metro 304, intersection of 4th and Mateo, we find nothing. We don't need anything further. 304, we have nothing further.
This is the downtown traffic collision call that just came out. SD, I assume sedan was with reckless driving. Yeah. Sedan was reckless driving prior to TC. Blocking number 1 lane, Female driver out of vehicle laying on the ground in the freeway. Blocking the number 1 lane from the left. I hear you, Paul. Chad, right? All of you guys know what's up. Right on the same page with you guys.
511. For 511, either you or your pleasure. 511 beside the fence or south fence, that's all there. 511, 10-4, sir. 511.
What was that?
6823 is approaching an additional unit, 11321 Herrick Avenue.
Oh yeah, we're not racing down to downtown.
For 120 Roger.
Unfortunately, no.
Teenage 67 repeat.
But I like to know what's going on and where, and how far it would be if we did go. We'd only be about 25 minutes out. So that's a wild thing. Yeah, right now, if we left, that turns into something crazy like a failed car crash, we'd make good timing. We leave as soon as we hear it turn into a fatal car crash, we'd never make it there. It's just how it goes. But no, we're gonna stick to the valley.
Engine 220, Rover Spot, 2300 West, Beverly Boulevard.
So right now we're just chilling, waiting for a call. The radios are radio silent.
Metro from Rescue 6, that's LAPD.
Connected to Roger.
Reason for LAPD. Station's requesting. 6 Roger. 50. No, not yet. 15. Rescue.
What's the most average call? I'd say most average call out here that's non-medical would probably be garbage fires.
15E1, Roger.
There's 3 on the board right now, 5 on the board right now, 3 garbage fires on the board right now.
Nice, ADW domestic violence 14600 Chautauqua Street, apartment 2430. Suspect, male Hispanic, 30 years, blue shirt, gray pants. Suspect previously texted, appeared to have threatened to have a gun, no weapon seen. It's called 236 and 905.
Metro from Rescue 64, cancel under 64. 64, cancel.
6823, 6823, come in. 23, go. 23, a better location for 16X58. 6823. What's the call? For disregard.
Rescue 89, you're both canceled. Let's continue.
chest pain. No, I believe it.
889.
You can show her where.
Yeah, I don't know what the number one call would be out here.
And it's before 11321 Herrick Avenue, subject in custody.
Just from listening on in, I don't think it'd be chest pain here. Person down calls are pretty often though. Person down is a generic call type out here. That could be a dead body on the side of the road. It could be a person sleeping. It could be a person that fainted. It's just an unknown person down, not responsive. But you hear FD hop up on the radio for the great majority of those calls and be like, person was just sleeping, doesn't want any help, we're canceling.
Negative. Alright, in my location for a female conscious breathing, approximately 7 years of age, black her face, unknown overdose.
Roger, 10-020, 10-020, 10-47 will be a route to the call of Venmo.
829, cardiac arrest, 666 for both.
Eight 39, can show us on a follow-up code 612-800 Chandler Boulevard.
Come on, radio, give us something.
Let's see.
I'm waiting very impatiently.
Faster to victory. 39, Belgian Avenue. Roger.
10-17, no further.
I'm waiting very impatiently, but I would still be deserving of something good.
AW's domestic violence, 14600 Santa Cruz Street, code 2, incident 36, 4905.
May 23 confirmed the victim is 7 years old.
Oof. 7-year-old victim. Not sure what the call type was on that.
Any mission unit of men, women, dispute 10011 North of Velvet Boulevard, code 2, incident 48 NRD 1952.
Ready to come in? Roger, any unit code 611-321 Herrick Avenue, come in.
So yeah, right now we're just 7-11 people watching.
Roger, can you confirm the victim's age for the RA?
I'm gonna see an assault call come out. I'm waiting for the assault call to come out.
7 years of age.
Around 7 years. $70. 6823 FC notified.
One hundred nine. Can show us clear on the watch. Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. That's okay. The car's nice and warm at least. I'm trying to get the winter chills out here. Possible homeless encampment on fire in South LA. That's nice.
841, incident 0036.
2041, roger.
Okay, radio, give us something.
861, there's a flag down 8215 Woodman.
We had an assault call come out
61 citizens call 8215 Woodman.
for a 7-year-old that was assaulted. But I didn't catch the location on it. Yeah, not the story of the night, but just a sad story.
Van Nuys unit, go to Van Nuys jail, transported arrestee to Twin Towers, go to incident 53, RD 935.
Van Nuys jail? How far away? Not that we're going to prisoner transport. Van Nuys jail. Do they have a jail? Do they have an actual jail, or are they just referring to the holding cell? Jeremy's a good guy. I've ran into him a couple of times. He's ran into me a couple times. We ran into each other in person at the Roe vs. Wade protest in downtown LA. But unfortunately, didn't get much time to talk because, funny enough, we were both live streaming. But he's a good guy. I watch his streams, and he has an absolute heart of gold. So I love to watch him out there.
I just go for 19549 Van Nuys Street. Suspect is GOA. 10-20,
Has a huge audience too.
5243. The suspect is GOA.
That's up arrest.
2920, roger.
The funny thing is, Paul, that if that is the case,
12422.
we'll hear the 911 call before we get there, or before LAPD gets here.
39, roger.
Yeah, I never knew Van Nuys had an actual jail. Interesting. Like, I know they have, holding cells at all the stations, but I did not know there's an actual jail up here. Makes sense. But yes, they do. Yeah, we'll get out here shortly. I was hoping that we could sit here for like 5 minutes and wait for the next call to come to us. I just didn't know it'd take this long. I thought we'd be here for like 5-10 minutes and then head on out in the right direction to whatever call we're gonna get.
95 was a call in Santa Cruz stolen. Do anyone have a call on Santa Cruz with domestic?
Roger. 41, just line code 6.
Definitely getting sleepy. The stream just cut out for a second,
Roger,
didn't
right back.
it? Van Nuys traffic collision. No, Granada Hills. Shoot.
Now 16 and now 60, are you clear?
Got excited there.
Now 60. Roger, I'll just go.
Now 60, roger.
We are not a reasonable distance away from the minor traffic collision. But we will get back on the road here just so we don't have to sit at the 7-Eleven for the rest of our lives.
So,
Good, shall we get into traffic, Delta North, Delta North, go at 66, 37 to 35 units.
Because you know what's more boring than no calls at all? You guys just looking at the 7-Eleven screen for the next 3 hours. Or the 7-Eleven on your screen. But we will stay local to Van Nuys rather than head too far out. Just because I got a good feeling about it. It is chilly outside though. It's 64 degrees, which for LA is chilly.
Traffic units in 17823, 17823, ambulance traffic, Velvet Forest, code 3, 66, 1735.
Retired copper, if you're still here and paying attention, when they dispatch a call out code 3 and there's like Van Nuys unit and then a specific unit, is that a supervisor they're attaching to that call or just the nearby unit that they're attaching? But why are they choosing that one person specifically? Or if anyone else knows that answer too, I'd be interested. My random assumption is that it's a supervisor they're attaching to it. But I don't know. In orange, that's an interesting one.
21 on Maple Avenue is now possible vehicle suspect there now. Suspect now not wearing a possible overalls or some is in the driver's side of POS 2008 gray Honda Accord, Stockholm 715.
I thought about the slushie. I am a fan of the slushie, especially the pina colada slushies they have. That was a bit too sugary for me. And I have like 4 cavities I have to get filled. I have to get 2 crowns and 2 cavities filled. So, in the meantime, I think I should avoid sugar as best as possible. Nearest area unit. Thank you, retired copper. I was wondering on that one.
21A2, approaching 21A5, Roger.
And thank you as well for Drunker OC.
Everybody getting there in left 147, limit 10,004, 17,000. Metro is 29 weekend.
Ooh, cat's making beeping noises. We got we got a garbage fire in South LA.
39. The rubbish fire that is now closure.
Uh-oh.
Address 17423 South Lake Road.
Uh-oh, guys. One of those garbage fires is going to be upgraded to a structure fire. Not near us, but it's still going to get upgraded. They're asking. Yep. They're upgrading to a structure fire. Is garbage on fire against the building? But obviously it has the ability to, you know, turn into something.
We have a rubbish fire now moving to a structure on the back side. So they still have
I don't know why they're just repeating themselves. Someone wasn't paying attention.
9 Roger.
17823, cancel to 66, all units 17835, respond to code 3 Devonshire Station to Zelda and Forest.
Come on, let's go. But yeah, it is chilly out. It is 62 degrees. It keeps going down. It's getting colder and colder. I actually got the heat turned down today. Usually I have to have the air conditioning running 24/7 while I'm driving or I get too stuffy. Winter is right around the corner, guys. This guy's matching my speed to the right of me, which sucks. How am I supposed to get over, sir?
South of Courthouse,
Engine 30, baton 6. Engine 79 on scene. Rubbish fire now.
unit 507 radio 17410 Third Street, San Francisco 35 is 1775. Suspect 9900 Jordan is in 20
No, it took them 20 minutes to show up to that. That was a garbage fire. That came out 20 minutes ago. So yeah, no doubt the building's on fire now. That's all the way out by near the harbor in San Pedro, though. San Pedro has been having a rough time recently. It's been very, very ugly with the very violent calls they've been getting. There's been like 20 shootings in San Pedro. Dispatches, you know, granted, not every one of those has a victim that's down. Man, they've had like 20 shootings over in the past few weeks. Not exaggerating on those numbers either. But just because it comes through the CAD doesn't mean it's, you know.
Irwin, 19 Henry Charles Sam 092.
Drunken, that was LAFD, that was units on scene though reporting to the dispatch.
Henry Charles Sam 092.
That was units on scene reporting it back to dispatch. Dispatch already acknowledged the same dispatcher was the one on there. So they had a truck and engine on scene. What I'm going to assume is that I don't know. No idea. Yeah, I would love if we got some rain out here. I'm ready for some rain, guys. I love the rain. Especially warm rain. No one likes cold rain. I think they have like 65 or 70 degrees and light rain. Light enough where it's not sprinkles, it just taps down, you just get to watch the rainfall. That would be nice. People hate on the rain, but moving from the Midwest to Los Angeles, that's the one thing I miss. Snow, I could go my entire life without seeing that again. Yeah, it doesn't rain enough out here.
9041 0036. Can you show me status? Unit for status identify only. And Victor 4. Hi, Victor 4. Actually, you're clear. Victor 4, Roger. Can you show myself and all the other?
We're at Palvido and Van Owen right now for anyone that's still following along with us.
Hi, Victor 4, Roger. Good night. 35 foot 6 Delta Horse.
What's going on up here? I think this is just construction. Looks like it, guys. Why did we pick this way?
Third, EMS call 79. Let's put it in that structure.
They'll probably have the garbage fire knocked down before responding units get back on scene. I've got no issues with them being prepared for the worst, though. Better safe than sorry.
5, we're clear of that EMS running 79.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's a structure fire yet. Just that we are prepared for one to happen. You got crackheads lighting all their shit on fire outside. Pushed up right against the building. I've watched them do it before too.
Me.
There's this lady that just kept setting shit on fire on the sidewalk. I didn't bother with her. I didn't get out and say anything. Luckily, she wasn't doing it by a building or anything like that. She was just lighting cardboard and stuff on fire in the middle of the sidewalk, away from buildings. If it was near a building or there was a threat to, you know, actual property, I might have started screaming at her, at least lay on my horn. But, you know. Would rather have her continue her mission of arson, supervise, go in the alley behind some building and start lighting shit on fire.
I'm going to show me up. 1083.
25th wedding anniversary. That is quite the accomplishment. Congratulations, Chad. Where are you coming from again? What state are you representing tonight? I said my favorite vacation place has always been Los Angeles, which I ended up moving here. But what I will say is Los Angeles is most beautiful when you're coming from the Midwest in the middle of winter. Give me a second here. We're dropping our connection.
If I have close, we're going to ring your name for going for sale at the residence. That's 90 and early 1975.
Yeah, Los Angeles is always most pretty when you're coming from somewhere less pretty.
85 cancels within 1975 will handle.
Like 5 feet of snow. That's what made me fall in love with LA. I was out here on work once. Back home, as soon as I went back home, I was greeted with 5 feet of snow and 20 degrees. It's like, why am I still living here? I want to move somewhere where the sun shines every day. Without living in the desert. The good news is it doesn't sound like that structure fire is developing into anything yet. Louisiana. That's funny. I've got Louisiana on my bucket list. Been told Louisiana has some great food out there.
We did have a small rubber fire that got into the backside of a metal store.
A95, 17A95, where you clear?
San Francisco, I made my way there. This is me being 100% influenced by the big media. But it's looking pretty rough out there right now, though. I keep seeing all the videos that get posted online of people that leave their car unattended and locked for like 5 minutes. And in a span of 30 seconds, someone comes along and takes literally everything out of their car. They smash the windshield and just pick up everything from it.
Roger.
Haven't seen anything that bad in LA in a while.
Sure, it's right here, real quick. 27, yes. 23 requesting a 7542 on Eagle Avenue, 1083 there.
California Defense Supply. We're going to be in offensive mode. We're going to go ahead and keep the company's assignment will be known as Figueroa IC.
Well, they're holding the assignment. It doesn't sound like the fire's actually entered the structure yet, but they're still working on it.
Agent 79. Agent 79, fire check out.
These were E3 yet.
Chuck, we have pills of fire check, pretty much empty storage
That's good.
containers.
We just need to knock down that front loading fire on the backside.
Like I said, it's not fair to judge a city based on the
Be able to handle that fire with chips or salt, but
what's the word I'm looking for? Not propaganda. Propaganda is the right word. But the media sensationalization. Yeah, words are hard. But no, I completely agree.
Let me know when we have knockdown.
San Francisco, when I was there, was incredibly pretty. Look at this crackhead. Turn from the far right lane to the left in front of traffic. And it's not pulling me from the street. They're keeping the assignment. That's surprising.
64, flight 485 is on scene. We're actually on the opposite of 91. Want us to address the
You can't rob me from my jewelry if I don't wear any.
Flight 485, stand by, break. Engine 79, would you be able to handle the rest of that fire from that rubbish?
2195, TJ 70, there's Sierra, what's your name?
On to the second floor, the metal storage. 79, Roger. Flight 485, can you go ahead and address that, the freeway brush fire source? Roger. You have engine 38 on.
Well, a disappointing little ride. Nothing new.
38, stand by.
Avenue. Everything on his stomach on the short
I muted the TAC channel for that structure fire, just to keep our radios open. Sounds like they got a handle. I don't think it's going to turn into anything more than it already is, and we are far away from the harbor. So, even if it turned in, we ain't headed out there. That goes to show, though, that's for sure. That's why I'll always check out a garbage fire if it's only like a block away. No, I'm not going to hightail it 15 minutes, 20 minutes for a garbage fire? God, no. But right down the street, 100%. I feel like it's testing me now. That's funny. That's funny. How far away is this one? Let's look. That's kind of funny. 3 miles as the crow flies. Let's get an actual distance on that. Because unfortunately, we are not a crow. I don't know, we're 10 minutes out from the garbage fire. We'll head towards it just because it's in the area that I wanted to stage tonight in Panorama City.
Shows code 6 on Carolina Sherman Way. 2123 code 6 Carolina Sherman Way.
We are 10 minutes out from the alleged garbage fire. 98% of cases, they'll have the fire well put out by the time we get there.
Okay, Roger.
But hey, if we get to see some actual flames tonight, better than just sitting around, I guess. Well, the last garbage fire we went to in North Hollywood turned into something. The reason we hightailed it to that one is because LAPD called it in and said there's multiple fires along the street.
861, Eco 42 Orion.
Which they weren't incorrect, but I interpreted it as multiple separate fires.
61, 1970 en route.
And what they meant was there's 2 separate fires 10 feet away from each other. Now, it's probably more like 40 feet, probably. So 2 separate fires of garbage on the side of the road, 40 feet away from each other. But I thought it'd be like a serial arsonist that was actually going down the street, lighting everything they see on fire. You know what's funny? We almost ran this red light, or we almost ran the yellow light, and I just saw the camera right there that said photo enforced.
Turning closer to turn motor, instrument way west of LG 14866 Mary 3.
We ain't messing with the photo enforced cameras, that's for sure.
133 Venmo Street.
We ain't looking for trouble.
The show is code 6 on 9261 Jordan Avenue.
Metro Fire from Figueroa, IC. We have here is an outside fire
261 Jordan Avenue.
that exposed 2 containers. At the
You gotta knock down on that garbage fire that turned into a structure fire.
Continues to at their discretion. We're going to hold on to the companies. They'll get back to you with the overhaul plan and a time.
We're still working on overhaul though, so something serious. Got enough work to keep them busy.
Rescue 829. Chef traffic. Special engine 60. Other units are labeled 200, 300, 400. Do we have a better unit number or floor number? Engine safety will check the call back device.
Come on, there we go.
158 still responding. You can go ahead and cancel them.
Code 3 call identified.
We're 6 minutes away from that garbage fire call.
Roger.
Too far away from the minor TC. LAFD is still en route as of 3 minutes ago.
On your TC 19133 101 Street. An overturned vehicle. TC to a front gate. Additionals and I want to.
Nice. Okay. Said overturned vehicle.
8 Nora Ida Charles 155.
That's correct. I just want to clarify that show is going to be for motorcycle.
297 Roger.
We're gonna reroute to that traffic collision. Screw the garbage fire. Who cares about a pile of garbage on fire?
QPR no longer has
The reason we're rerouting to it is because LAFD just dispatched it as a minor TC with a single unit en route. LAPD just got on the radio and said it's an overturned vehicle. Which most of the time means the person called it in, they're already out of the vehicle, yada yada. But you never know. I'd rather drive 8 minutes for a possibility of it being more than just a minor car crash, they just need to remove the vehicle, than drive 8 minutes for see some cardboard boxes on fire. If I hightail it there and we hit all the greens, it'll be like 4 minutes away. Oof. I'm trying to stay awake here.
33 Van Owen, code 3 incident 109 RD 1025.
Not. I'm Adam Henry John 355.
Oh, unit 2013 responding code 35176 yeah, to 18133 Van Owen.
Alright guys, you have to keep your eyes out for me. We're basically 3 miles away on this road. So it should be in front of us in about 3 miles or 5 minutes. Because we did not get a green. Would have been 3 minutes if we got the screen. All right, green light, guys. I ask you for this one-time favor for the millionth time. Oh, big dip. Gotta slow down for those. Like I said, unlikely to be anything.
Adult 13400 Sherman Way from the Valley Pumps Care Center. Subject smell white, 66 years, eyeglasses, 6 feet, 145, possibly wearing a robe. Prescription limited.
Oh yeah, no lights. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Sometimes you try going somewhere and you have to go through 30 lights, one every 100 feet.
Anyway, let's get a verify your location.
We're gonna have a 30-minute overhaul. We're gonna
All right, checking the CAD for updates on the TC. An overturned vehicle. The LAFD did not dispatch this one as an overturned vehicle. Which again leads me to believe that the person was out of the car and uninjured.
Are you clear?
Or there's no patient at all. That's always a possibility too. You flip your car and drive into someone's gate. There's a high possibility that you might have been under the influence at the time. Just saying. We're like 2 minutes out, friends. You did hit this red light up here, though, so that will throw us off a little bit. I still think it was worthwhile compared to going to the garbage fire. Only thing I don't like about it is it sends us 6 miles back west. Would like to stay somewhat central valley. That's okay. I doubt that we'll be missing out on anything else. I don't see flashing lights yet.
Did you request the updated ETA for my location?
15, you want to
It'll be at the next major intersection after this one. I believe that'll also be the next light. So that's not too surprising. Still half a mile out. But we won't be doing anything crazy for this one unless it's actually something which, based on the lack of a size up, doesn't seem like it will be.
Hey, Dumpster Supervisor, me 17835. Zelda and Horace.
Lindley and Vano and Reseda. That's where we are right. Or we're going to be in 30 seconds.
Around the planet fitness. Receive a disarming signal. Possible person on site. No further information. Put through instead of 124-9901.
Still don't see any flashing lights. I know for a fact with this one, we are at. There we go. I see a bit of action now, guys. It looks like a tow truck, though. Isn't that the tow truck on scene already? Oh, yeah, take that yellow. Ah, he made it. Good enough. Hats off to you, sir. We will get over to the right so we're not scraping past FD as we drive by. Slow roll it. Oh yeah.
Any demonstration supervisor, me 17835, Zells and Horace.
I gotta get my setup fixed so I can take you guys with me next time. We will have that fixed up in the very near future, I promise. I did not grow up here. I grew up in southeast Wisconsin. Moved out here 3-4 years ago. Couldn't handle the weather anymore. Can I turn here? I can't turn that back. Makes me a little nervous.
Roger. 17L60, 17L60, come on.
Alright guys, I gotta get my setup fixed for you.
L60, are you available to respond
wholeheartedly
to a
agree.
supervisor request, Zelda and Horace?
Direct, coming up.
25, 17L60. Just 50.
Any of probably would unit one smart elemental illness 555 Universal Hollywood Drive at the Hilton, Los Angeles. Subject is a male driving a black Toyota rent-a-car, diagnosed with depression. Monitor comment. Subject
Interesting.
in a parking lot. It's code 2 incident 141 RD 158.
There's a male.
1587.
There's a male with mental illness call that is currently driving his vehicle, which I've never heard of before.
Vehicle suspect are now 10964 Eldorado Avenue in the parking.
Male with mental illness is
a red
usually
Honda
a
quarter sedan parked next to a green
person acting out in a public place.
142.
So he's in his car.
Demonstration unit 311 woman 8846.
We did have some nice storms out there, but no.
1781.
Not much of a storm chaser myself, but I appreciate it. I rather watch them and
1781, Roger.
sit in awe than get out there and try that myself. The tornado ones are the coolest. I don't have that in me. I'm not driving into the eye of a tornado, the heart of a tornado. But the people that do, mad respect for them. I like to think they know what they're doing,
So is there any luck with our Spanish speaker?
but I truly don't know if they do.
For Spanish speaking officer, meet 17835, Zelda and Horace.
0117.
1521, Roger.
17835, 17895.
We'll be ending the night fairly shortly in hopes of coming back out here tomorrow night. If that's the case, we'll definitely need to get a little bit of rest because unfortunately I got 9 a.m. meetings tomorrow at the day job. So no sleeping in. Like I said, I definitely think tonight is the calm before the storm that's coming. It's hard to say tomorrow. That's coming later tonight.
17867, Roger.
The night of Friday the
able to
13th.
respond to the male with mental illness call and identify.
That one wasn't that bad.
50, Roger.
People, send it to the 01. Right.
2182, 2182, Maryland, West Commander.
Quiet on the radios tonight. Not too much activity. LAFD has been incredibly silent tonight. It's very surprising. Usually at least they have a few more PS calls. And LAPD has been on and off with them.
Video unit for growth for motor vehicles, so put there now, 10694 El Dorado Avenue, participant 142 and RD 1643.
Yeah, LAFD dispatch, absolutely dead silent. We got the cat up online too. That hasn't been making much noise. Like I said, calm before the storm.
Metro from engine 100. This is a non-injury parked car. Driver split the scene.
Bet.
Have West Valley LAP continue through. We have vehicles in the roadway. About 4 cars impacted. It's 100.
Yeah, that call we drove on by was the drivers fled the scene, of course. Drivers fled the scene, no patients, just struck some parked vehicles and drove through a fence. Bunch of crackheads. Or at least one, I should say.
And that's 120, and 150.
20 Roger, do you need an additional unit to respond?
Funny enough, I was out here chasing the hurricane in
120
LA,
Roger.
and I got the earthquake. I was out here for the hurricane. The funny thing is, I thought my car was breaking. It felt like the AC compressor was kicking on at a great struggle. That's what I thought it was at first.
Any West Raiders for the time of 381 minutes, 1651 Boswell Road, incident 12 and already 1021.
But yeah, we'll be calling the quits on the night. 30 minutes probably.
I need demonstrate unit for continuing group 5.
Maybe even it out to an even 130.
Group of 4 female unknown possible Hispanic or white. No further description at 1 male unknown possible Hispanic or white. No further description. Physically fighting at location. No one can see. 100 comments for additional. Code 2 incident 01.
Yeah, let's call that. Let's call it 130. We'll make our way out to 130 tonight. Most likely be back out tomorrow. I just can't guarantee that yet. But if we do come back out tomorrow,
39, follow up code 6, 5850, Laurel Canyon Boulevard.
I'll say if we do come back out tomorrow, we'll probably be out a bit later, but it all depends on the
39, Roger.
circumstances. But right now, we're just kind of cruising around the city. We've got all of our radios up. LAFD, LAPD, CHP. Would have been incredibly cool if we got a CHP pursuit. Now that we got our new radio installed for them. But they let us down. They are quiet right now. Not much CHP activity. And actually, I actually got the radio on. Yeah, I know, volume's cranked up. CHP remains radio silent. Like I said, I'm not kidding. I truly think it is the calm before the storm.
1083, cancel incident 3962, 1083, 100. Thanks.
1067 come in.
Welcome.
1067. I have the subject's father on the line. They're keeping him on the line. They're trying to keep him at the location. Do you have an ETA? We're trying to make sure that he doesn't leave. He's attempting to try to go to Beverly Hills.
Interesting. That was that male with mental illness driving call. 15 minutes?
Sir.
Jeez. 15-minute ETA. We could make it there in that. I'm definitely not qualified to talk the guy off the ledge, though. Well, that is a rough ETA for PD. For a code 3 call.
133 by Nolan Street.
27 vehicle 618 133 Valley Street.
And here's our 7-Eleven that we were staging at before, just chilling. And it doesn't seem like anything's happened there while we've been gone.
Figure-wise,
1785, do you have a message?
where all companies are making themselves available in
Well, there's check 1064 the morning at the moment post 162 and 55.
And you want 10 or 15 minutes also?
So 1785, Charles, and
Oh,
if you
yeah.
verify location.
No, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna need a car wash after driving down this, though.
2072, what type of traffic do you have?
Inventory unit racing a vehicle, Corbin and Sardinia. Suspects have been traveling northbound. Subject vehicle number 1 is a gray pickup. Number 2 is a gray tour sedan, and number 3 is a red small hatchback. Suspects are filled with males, Hispanic, and Asians in their 20s, which is 18 to 23. So 2 is in a 166 is 1782. It's 17823, 17823. Your forward code 5 is not for domestic violence. Suspect there now. Winnick on Devonshire. Suspect is a female Hispanic, short statured. In cannabis, silver Honda Accord, license 8 Mary Young King 768, 8 Mary Young King 768, is 390 attempting to drive off. Other students are attempting to take her out. Suspect Christian, the boyfriend is the victim. Additional is Christian, it's now code 3, incident 156 or 1720.
3 from Lawson to Winnick.
1723, responding code 3 from Lawson, Winnetka, and Devonshire.
Stabbing in Central LA.
Back in 23.
Not within our responding area, unfortunately. It was stabbing up here, yeah.
Okay, 79. Investigator, available to handle road for attack at 106 for 0 with 1 Avenue. Which one's in 162? RD 1955.
So 35.
I repeat.
With 6 for 35 for the Spanish speaker request.
Imagine like 466 also notified you
Roger.
whenever it'll show up the hydrant. Due to the cap has been asphalted over, cannot locate. 5466 Roger.
So yeah, we're wrapping up the night tonight, guys. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so the next time I'm out, whether it's tomorrow or next week,
Roger.
that you're able to find us again easily. And it's not too late if you want to come join us in the chat and say hi either. Join us, introduce yourself. Let me know where you're tuning in from if you haven't already shared. And let me know what you guys think is going to happen tomorrow. Whether we're actually going to get some crazy activity or if it's going to be
3 vehicles
A
left.
bit like tonight. Not too much activity, not too many crazy people.
Can we get an additional unit for traffic control? 17 requesting an additional unit for traffic control 18133 Van Allen. 10-883.
Yeah, we still got a solid 15 minutes in us. Gonna wait out those 15 minutes, see if we can get a call. But we've been listening to a lot of nothing tonight. We're not even getting our normal BS calls.
DMV wants more, some 7, Robert, William X-ray, 300.
10-17-7 Robert William X-ray 300.
1039, Roger.
This is dumb, and I'm pretty sure my eyes are playing tricks on me. Okay, those are frosted windows. I was like, I saw the smoke coming off the building, and I figured that's just from the AC units actually kicking out in the heater from the furnaces.
10-17-7 Robert
See the smoke
William
coming off the
X-ray
building?
300.
But then I looked in the windows,
2006 Honda
and they're
four-door.
all smoky.
Marina Doriana.
I was like, shit, McDonald's is on fire.
Vanscoy Avenue in North Hollywood.
But no, they just had a smoke glass. LAPD saw me doing all that shit too. Hopefully they thought the same thing I did.
217 Roger, can I have OPG tow response to that vehicle and make a flatbed, please, a heavy front end TC.
But yeah, that'd be wild if McDonald's was on fire. But no, it's just smoked glass meant to look smoked. We've never caught a fire on our own. I can say that truthfully. We've caught car crashes on our own many times. Caught auto pedestrian calls on our own. We've caught garbage fires on our own. Never a full-blown structure fire. Wouldn't that be a good way to end the night, though? McDonald's on fire. Got LAPD behind us as I go 10 over the speed limit here. LAPD rarely cares about traffic control, but you don't want to push your luck with them either.
835 Roger, OPG is open for
10 over, not a big deal. 35 over, then yeah, they might actually do something about it. They turned onto the freeway though.
A17 requesting a BTD unit 18133 Van Owen for a hindrance felony, 3 vehicles involved into 109.
But yeah, I think it was worthwhile to do a double take on that McDonald's just to make sure. So like I said, there's smoke coming off the top, and I was like, oh, that's just from the heater kicking on. It's cold outside. Condensation in the air makes sense. But then when it's combined with smoke on the inside of the building, then you know that shit's going down. Or that I'm just losing my mind because I'm tired. But you'll be the I don't want to say crappy people. But the other type of people go ahead and call it in as a structure fire because they saw smoke in the sky and smoke in the building. I'll at least double check before I make my dumb phone calls. $5.59 a gallon. I'm gonna regret not getting this. Tomorrow it's gonna be like double that. I just know it.
The United Council of the unknown trouble at 7129 Lennox City, no one related incident 174. 3515 to 20 on 2.
Alright, let's go. coming down to the last 8 minutes, guys.
Before the average, 109-42, fill up.
West Valley Unit for time down 390 woman 6851 Blockville Road, incident 12, 30-1021.
Just reasonable to 17115, Catherine Street.
Yeah, nonetheless, I appreciate all you guys joining us. Thank you very much. It means even more. Means even more that you join us or you stay with us throughout the low nights as well. Keeps my sanity in check. Big bump.
Yeah, surprise for 40041. Hey, 20 discussing additional unit and a supervisor for a critical missing. 13,400
party 20248 Hemingway, incident 165, ready 2128.
Midnight 21, 1585.
Second 459.
185, rush.
Solar Power 25 is available to respond for a critical missing identified.
619 a gallon. These guys are smoking crack. We just found 550 a gallon. These guys want 619.
Midnight 21, 15050 will respond with a long delay.
Stealth delay, vehicle fire. Where's our vehicle fire in the valley? I'd go for a good vehicle fire right now. Sounds good to me.
Any runners? Okay, to the. They do not have the sign by the at this time, but they will respond and be able to.
2020 Mercedes 4-door. Let's see, Reagan House 15715 from Main Street, Lake Balboa.
Expect unit welfare trip 21501 Roscoe Boulevard, apartment 12, code 00185 party 210.
$6.47 a gallon. These people are definitely smoking crack.
185, rush.
Alright, guys, we'll be calling the quits. Thank you for joining us this evening. Like I said, greatly appreciate it. Didn't get to check out too many calls tonight. The radio definitely was more so on the silent side than it normally is. But definitely planning for a busy day tomorrow. I will try my best to come out tomorrow. But unfortunately, it is too early to make promises on that. But if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you really want to go above and beyond, you can turn on your notifications as well. So you get a message whenever I'm going to go live.
2150, 15050 is responding with a long delay.
I try keeping the community page on YouTube up to date too with what's going on if you guys want. Keep an eye on that.
Frequency for critical mission 13400 Sherman Way.
Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful, safe Friday the 13th. And I